3, 2, 1. What's going on, guys? Welcome to Dog Bone Friday. We are here at the 100th annual Iowa High School State Wrestling Tournament. I'm Worm Buffelli. Alongside me, our IAwrestle co-founder Lars Underbaki. Lars, what's going on, brother?
It's living the dream, man. Best day of wrestling of the year.
I tell you what, man. Like we after 3A, we were pumped up. Hopefully 1A can bring it as well. So for those that are just following along, here it goes. It's a dog bone. So we have 2 mats on the outside, or 4 mats on the outside, 2 in the center. So on mats 1, 2, 5, and 6, that's the blood round. You win, you're on the podium Saturday night. You lose, you go home. On mats 3 and 4, we have the semifinals. There will be a decent amount of breaks in between 3 and 4 because of TV breaks. But right now, we got the medal rounds. They're scrapping right now. Lars, who we got going right now?
So right now on mat 1, it's Carver Hines out of Jessup taking on Jack Gogol of Lisbon. Mat 2, Crosby Yoder, Logan Magnolia taking on Landon Bell, Highland Riverside. Mat 5, Mason Knapp, West Bend Ballard, already down 7-0. Carson Wiepker, South Central Calhoun, puts up 7 points in the first 30 seconds. Over on mat 6, Truman Hogan, Central Springs, taking on Connor Morrow out of Akron Westfield.
All right, man. I tell you what, 3A lived up to the hype. We talked about it today. We were pumped up. We definitely needed a break after being that high up. We were talking about it right before the break in 3A. These semifinals, 106 pounds. Lars, match to watch, I think, for both of us. Mat 4, Ethan Humphreys of West Branch. He's taking on Ian Mays. You follow these guys pretty much all year. Talk about it.
Yeah, so Humphreys, a sophomore. I believe he was a blood round kid last year. Wrestled a ton his whole life. Been coming up through the scene. A little undersized. Still a little undersized at 106. But he's taking on Ian Mays, freshman out of Waco, Wayland. These two did meet early in the year, I believe in December, at the Iowa City Regina Invitational. Mays did pull out the win there. Ever since, he's been proving it. You know what I mean? I think he took a few people were a little surprised by that result. They come in. Mays ranked 4th in the state. Humphrey ranked 5th. This is going to be an absolute dogfight.
Over on 3, we have Caden Belinsky out of Don Bosco. He's taking on a 12 seed Jackson Page. Caden Belinsky had a good off season this summer. Did a little Fargo wrestling,
Yep.
All-American out there. First year at Bosco.
Yep.
You know, he's as advertised.
Yeah, he's the real deal. You know, he missed first semester there, coming over to Bosco. Battled a little bit of an arm injury, but ever since coming back, being at 106 here the last couple months, he's been lights out. Comes in ranked number 1 for a reason. He'll be taking on Jackson Page, Alta Aurelia. Page comes in seeded 12th per the state bracket. We got him ranked 7th on IAwrestle. You know, some of us are a little better at this job than others.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also, too, you're letting a computer.
Computer generated. Everything, you know, seeding, statewide, state tournament is all computer generated. What it is a point system. You get points for being a returning state place winner. You get points for being a returning state champion. You also earn a lot of points by wrestling other kids in your bracket. So if you have wins, head-to-head wins, common opponents, things like that over guys in the bracket, that's where you really pile up some points. And then at the end of the day, they just take that point total and they spread them 1 through 24. They seed it out that way. So really take the human element out. Our rankings obviously are a human element. Obviously a lot of results driven, but there's always a little bit of that in there. So there are some differences, but overall I'd say they're pretty solid, pretty close to each other.
Absolutely. Down on 1 here before semifinal starts. Carver Hines, he's scoreless on Jackson Goebel. But as I say that, he's in on a shot. Goebel does a great job, though, passing that ankle. Looks like possibly we got a scramble here. Could end up being stalemate. I mean,
yeah, Hines still in pretty good position, but he's got that leg caught over the top.
Not really any control here. Goebel doing a good job of dropping his shoulder. Still nothing. Goebel actually might be trying to shelf.
Yeah, over on mat 3, Crosby Yoder with the second takedown. Number 2 seed, Crosby Yoder, Logan Magnolia, up 6-0 now. Down on mat 5, we got some fireworks. We talked about an early 7. Carson Wiepker out of South Central Calhoun, still with a 13-9 lead over Mason Knapp out of West Bend Mallard. That's 1 minute into the second period. And over on 6, Connor Morrow, 4 seed out of Akron Westfield with a 3-1 lead over Hogan out of Central Springs. Again, we're awaiting TV here. Looks like we're taking some shirts off. We're about ready to roll in those semifinal mats. We will try to focus pretty much all of our attention on those semifinal mats. We'll fill you in from time to time on the outside. If there's somebody else you really want to hear, we can try our best to keep up just a little bit on the outside, but our main focus is on mats 3, 4, state semifinals. These kids are looking to fulfill a dream, punch their ticket to the state finals tomorrow night.
Quick question here I'm seeing in the chats. Mark Morris, you're saying, let's go, boys. Got a relation to a certain 132-pound semifinalist out of Cascade, Iowa? I want to hear your response in the chat.
Connor Morrow, Akron Westfield, looks like, I thought he was going to pick up a fall, but period ended. But he jumps out to a 10-1 lead now.
Morrow's been tough, man.
Yeah.
This entire week, he's been tough. Obviously, the 4 seed, not wanting to be where he is right now in the blood round, but
Mat 5's 13-13 at the end of the second. Oh, here we go. Semifinals,
let's
first
get
whistle.
scrapping.
Belinsky, Don Bosco, Page, Alter Aurelia.
Yeah, Belinsky looks like, that elbow is pretty taped up.
Yep.
Was the reason he was pretty much out the first half of the season?
I think he had to sit the first half for transfer, but
Gotcha,
also
okay.
had some injury issues.
Humphrey, West Branch, Mays, Waco, Wayland.
He is in on a leg. Belinsky's got a single leg, trying to bring it up and shelf it. He's below the knee there. He moves himself up a little bit, able to come up to his feet.
Mays
Dumps
with
him
the
down,
takedown
but-
right away.
Oh, wow.
First 30 seconds.
Looking at
Mays
a
got
half.
bar half. He's wanting to punch that ticket
Yeah.
to Saturday night, I think.
Mays looked great all tournament long. Really,
Ha-
like I say, all season long. He's had a great season, freshman.
Had that great match in the round of 16 against Cooper
There's
Hines.
Humphrey up to his feet, gets out for the 1-point escape, but it's 3-1 now. Ian Mays, Waco Wayland. Still no score on mat 3. Belinsky's still trying to finish that single leg, but Page has been doing a good job fighting that. We're going to get a stalemate.
Oh, looks like
minute and 1 second left. Humphrey in on a leg, I think.
but Mays is going Jonesy.
Yeah.
He might be too loose on it. Humphreys just needs to kind of weather the storm here.
Yep.
But Mays
Try
doing
to
a good
come out
job
the
trying
back
to.
door maybe here for Humphrey, but they're going to call a stalemate.
I was going to say, Mays would look like he was trying to readjust there in
Yeah.
that position to kind of go again.
So Humphrey got to a leg, but he's going to have to maybe find some cleaner finishes here. Belinsky's still trying to get back in a leg, trying to finish, but 39 seconds left. Still no score. Now he pulls that right arm out. If he can hook a leg, he's going to get real close here.
All right. I'm looking right now. We got 110 people right now viewing, so we appreciate every single one of you. Hey, if you could do us a quick favor, hit that like button right next to your screen. Let's get those numbers up. We got 3 likes so far, but we want to get those numbers up today. So if you
Humphrey
guys-
out on a leg again. He dumped. Oh, did you see that? Humphrey goes to dump him down.
and
Mays
Mays
dips
finds the head.
over.
Finds the headlock, but
I
still
don't know
nothing.
if there's a 3
No,
yet.
there's no 3 yet.
That was real close for Mays. No points.
Coach Seth Pugh wanting 3.
Humphrey had a great shot, brings up the leg, goes to dump him down, but a little bit of funk out of Mays there. But 3-1 lead for Ian Mays. We head to the second period.
6-3. No, they gave him the 3. It's 6-1 in favor of Ian Mays.
Ouch. Another one of those close calls. Humphrey goes down, but Mays just going to let him loose. So 6-2 as we head to the second.
Mays must be feeling confident on his feet.
I guess. Belinsky did get a takedown right at the end of the first period. So he'll take a 3-0 lead into the second. He's going to choose bottom.
So how this session is going to work, the outside mats, like I said, this is a blood round, obviously. Win, you advance, lose, you go home. But after this round on the outside mats, then we'll run another round of consolation. You win that match, you're going in the consolation semis with the loser of mats 3 and 4 tomorrow morning. But if you lose tomorrow, or in this in that next wave, you'll wrestle for 7th and 8th. So
You got to think potentially dangerous. Sorry.
we're at a point, so just so you know, we'll be wrestling all day. And it kind of balanced out in 3. I was kind of wondering how long like the outside mats would be going longer than the semifinals, but with the TV breaks and stuff like that, they all ended right about the same time. So we're going to have wrestling here probably all the way up until about 4 o'clock today. So get yourself something to drink and enjoy the next couple rounds here.
Mays close to finishing another takedown.
But
It looked
Humphrey-
like maybe potentially dangerous, but now Humphrey's hipping over.
Still scooting.
Still 6-2 lead for Mays. Humphrey trying to come out the side here.
Mays just hugging onto him, just latching on. Humphrey,
Waco coach is trying to get a stalemate out of this, and there it
they
is.
get a stalemate.
Coach Slocum not very happy out of West Branch.
I'll tell you what, though, man. I mean, that's a smart move by Humphrey or Mays. Just decides, hey, I'm just going to latch on as tight as I can.
Belinsky got an escape in the early second period, gets another takedown. So Blinsky builds his lead to 7-0 over number 7, Jackson Page, Alta Aurelia. Oh, Mark Morris responded.
No relation.
No,
Oh,
he's related to a teacher at West Liberty that teaches my son.
Oh, really?
His FFA teacher, Zach. Blinsky
Oh,
looking for a fall. I'm not sure what's going on 4 here. Kind of a crazy scramble here. But Blinsky looking for a fall on 3. There it is. Don Bosco.
Big points for the sophomore.
Oh, no, junior, I think,
Okay,
for Blinsky.
Blinsky. All right.
Page is a sophomore.
I'm not talking. I don't like talking smack on high school kids, but the mismatched shoes. I'm not about the mismatched shoes. Wait, I didn't know Gable was a feature farmer of America.
He is in the FFA. He's not going to be a farmer, but he's a very good speaker. Gets a lot of opportunities through FFA. He enjoys it. So 1 point escape here early in the third for Ian Mays. He's up 7-2 now and in on a shot.
What was the score of the Regina?
I think it was a 1 point match. It was definitely a great match.
So Mays deciding that he's going to spread this gap here a little bit, but Humphrey's not bowing down. They go potentially dangerous. They go back to their feet here with about minute 30 here in the third period. Ian Mays up 7-2, the freshman out of Waco Wayland. Had a roommate in college from Waco Wayland, former state champion Eric Davis. We called the Chicken.
Yes. Yep.
Down on 3. It looks like we're going to have Cale Stricker out of Lisbon. He's going to be taking on Hendrik Schwab of Don Bosco.
You're going to hear Don Bosco quite a bit again. 3A, we called out a lot of Southeast Polk. They had 10 in the quarters. They punched 7 tickets to the state finals. Won't have quite that many out of Don Bosco, but they're pretty comfortably in the lead here in Class 1A. They're going to have quite a few. First 3 weights right out the gate will have Bosco. They already have 1 finalist in Belinsky. Another weird scramble from the feet here. These two are in some awkward positions. There's another stalemate over on 4. Humphrey's getting in there, but Mays is tough to score on, man. He's really rolling around, getting in some great scrambles. Humphrey trying to push again. He's got an overhook. Looks like maybe working a 2-on-1 over there, but really not getting to the edge. Now Mays drops underneath.
Excuse me. Down on 6, Allie DeWitt of El Burnett. He's currently up 7-1 off Jack Kramer. I tell you what, that first day, El Burnett had a rough day for the team, or for their team, want to be in this team race. But last night, man, they backed it up, and they really, really bounced back. So now, obviously, the blood round is going to be real important for El Burnett, as they're in second place, currently in second place right now.
They should have quite a few guys on the outside mats there today. Have a couple in the semis, but they got some work to do on the outside.
I mean, that quarterfinal yesterday with Allie DeWitt and Bob Schwab was.
So there's a final on mat 4, 106 pounds. The freshman Ian Mays, Waco Wayland, wins 7-2. He punches his ticket to the state finals. So number 4 Mays will take on number 1 Caden
There's the
Belinsky
first
in state finals.
Big jump in the air. Coach Seth Pugh, pretty excited. Former state champion out of Columbus Junction. Fun fact, Coach Seth Pugh has the distinct honor of wrestling both Buffelli brothers at the same tournament.
Oh, the same tournament.
They mixed up weights one time and put me out there against him. I go out and get pinned. I was supposed to be a 35-pounder. My brother's a 30-pounder. And then they realized, oh, you wrestled the wrong Buffelli, so we had to wrestle him again.
I'm guessing that was a rough day for the Buffelli brothers?
Oh, yes, very much so. Very much so.
So we're going to head to the semifinals now. At 113, we had some upsets at this weight yesterday. And some different seeding. So Hendrik Schwab comes in as a 4 seed. We do have him ranked number 1 on IAwrestle. He's going to be taking on number 7, Cale Stricker out of Lisbon. Stricker, I believe, was the 9 seed, knocked off number 1 out of Nashua Plainfield, Nick Brazy, yesterday. So Stricker punches his way into the semis. Take on Schwab. On the other semifinal on mat 4, we've got number 4, Jensen Dyer, Martinsdale St. Mary's, taking on number 6, Austin Etzel out of Wilton.
Just saw in the chats, a coworker of mine, Ned Shelfs, in the in the comments. He's listening at X Grain Sportswear. Give shout out to my buddy Ned from Wisconsin. So he's actually watching some good wrestling for a change.
Absolutely.
Bob Schwab in on a shot again. There he gets the 3. He has a sick high crotch, man.
Yeah.
Like, he just is able to just attack that leg. And what I found out yesterday, he is tough on top. He's a backpack.
That high crotch kind of reminds me of somebody else in the family, and I don't think it's his mom.
I don't know, man. She's spicy.
She is a little feisty. Almost looked for a half there, but Stricker able to get out of that. So still 3-0 for Hendrik Schwab.
Over on 4, Etzel looking for a takedown here, but obviously catching an elbow.
I know, but that's really close. He's got that leg completely hooked. There it is. So Austin Etzel, Wilton jumps out to a 3-0 lead over Jensen Dyer. 30 seconds left. There's a fall for Hendrik Schwab.
Big win there.
We looked away for a second, and there it is.
He gets a date in the state finals as a freshman.
Congrats, Bob Schwab. His brother coming up in the next weight. 2 weights in. Don Bosco's got 2 state finalists, Caden Belinsky, Hendrik Schwab. So we will shift most of our focus over to Mat 4. Still 3-0, Austin Etzel out of Wilton. How about this match on 1? You see that score? 17-13. Jack Border of Hinton leading Kingston Kerrigan out of Riverside, Oakland. They're about halfway through the third, and now we got some back points coming. Believe that's Border getting some more back points.
Just points in abundance.
We love it. So the first period comes to an end over there on 4. We'll head to the second. Etzel leading 3-0, and Etzel's going to choose neutral. Coach Koss, Coach Smith over there in the corner for Wilton.
Ooh, big mat return there on 2. Looks like we got some near falls over here on 5.
Yeah.
Ryan Fletcher out of Underwood. No,
Jesse Burton doing work.
out of Westwood Sloan.
Etzel in on another shot.
And he's going to get the 3.
He's got it. Oh, close to a near fall. Nope. Dyer able to roll through, get off his back, but Etzel picks up another takedown.
I mean, you've been watching Etzel for the last couple of years. I mean, right now he is peaking.
He is. He's wrestling as well as he has. He's always been a super talented kid. Just to make that lineup right now in the lower weights has been a battle. He's cutting quite a bit of weight to get down to 113 right now, but looks sharp, looks great. You know, they got Adelfinger coming up in the semis at 120. They got Shirt coming in the semis at 126. So a lot of firepower right there through the bottom and Wilton, but Etzel looking to get him started here at 113.
As we look at 120 pounds on mat 3 is already reported, but they're waiting obviously to finish this match here. This is the match in 3A we were talking about getting ready for.
This might be one of the better matchups we got, I think.
We'll talk about it here once this match lines up here and we go to commercial break. But, I mean, Lars, you did one of the better breakdowns of this match I've ever seen, so we're going to have you repeat it again.
Oh, man,
here.
I don't know if I remember.
Just
I was
ready.
probably zoned out. I don't know.
Yeah, but now you're locked in.
So Austin Etzel still putting on a good ride here in the second period, leading 6-0 over Jensen Dyer out of Martinsdale St. Mary's. 45 seconds now. Dyer tries to hit a switch. Etzel's got some funk to him, man. He just rolls those hips through, looking to come back out on top. But Dyer doing a good job catching that leg.
High leg.
Elevating Etzel's leg. But again, Etzel just kind of keeps rolling around. He's comfortable being uncomfortable down here.
Like the Westwood Sloan crowd on their feet. Well, about 1A, especially 1A. Like these towns, like they all pack into the same spot, same venue, and when their guy wins, you hear it. It gets loud here.
So looks like Dyer is able to get that reversal late in the second period. So those are big points. Don't give Etzel a chance to get anything back. Score 2, get yourself on the board. So we head to the third period. Austin Etzel out of Wilton. He comes in ranked number 6. He is leading number 4, Jensen Dyer, 6-2 as we head to the third. And Dyer's going to go on bottom again. I think half our IAwrestle crew is sleeping down here. We got a couple guys laying down on the job.
Oh, they're all complaining about their backs.
Yep.
Meanwhile, Randy Yeager's just being a dog.
That's right.
She's carrying the weight of those.
Tough as nails.
Just tough as nails at Randy Yeager. This would be a great picture opportunity for the group chat. You know what? On it.
Better do it. Etzel putting on a good ride here in the third. Gonna maybe, oh, looks like they're gonna go out of bounds, but Etzel does a good job dragging that foot. He's keeping it in on the edge. Why not? Keep wasting a little bit of clock here. Keep that foot in. So down to 1:20 left in the match. Etzel's still riding hard. Got Dyer broken down. Here comes Dyer looking to come out, but Etzel's just gonna pull that foot out now. Great smart wrestling out of Austin Etzel. They head back to the center. 1:13 left here in the match. Etzel of Wilton leading Dyer of Martinsdale 6-2.
Gavin Sloss, ACGC. Blake Irvine, Don Bosco. Sloss, ACGC. Irvine, Don Bosco. Now wrestling Matt.
Got somebody asking about Gogol. Let me look back here. Carver Hines of Jessup defeats Jack Gogol of Lisbon 3-1. So both Hines brothers going to find themselves in the award stand tomorrow night. Good. Stand up, Jessup. Oh, Etzel.
Looking for near fall.
Turn, looking for near fall. So Dyer goes down here after getting that reversal in the second, and it's going to cost him. There's 4 near fall. Austin Etzel of Wilton now up 10-2. Only 34 seconds left in the match. Huge points out of Etzel. He really separated it there. Still putting on a good ride. He's got Dyer broken down. I think Dyer knows what's coming at this point. Etzel looking for an arm bar. Still just kind of flattened out. 15 seconds left. What a tournament out of Austin Etzel so far.
Just a great tournament. I mean, he caught my eye last year, but I tell you what, man, like I said, he kind of has peaked at the right time. A senior, I believe, or junior.
He is a senior.
He's a senior, yeah. So he's trying to go out on his career with a bang here.
And there it is. We're going to go final. A 10-2 major decision.
Good win for Austin Etzel.
Number 6, Austin Etzel. Wilton heading to the state finals to take on Hendrik Schwab out of Don Bosco.
How close is West Liberty to Wilton?
Oh, I don't know, 15 miles maybe?
Okay.
Straight down Highway 6.
I was going to say, I still don't really know where West Liberty is. I know it's by Iowa City.
Right on Highway 6, right in between Wilton and Iowa City, about halfway between. Straight east.
Okay, gotcha.
So Mike Koss in his first year as head coach of Wilton. Gabe Bourne stepped down last year, but Mike Koss.
Our boys had to sit up after
state finalist.
Our boys all sit up after that call out.
Yeah. So here we go. Looks like we're no break. I think we're going to get right into action here at 120 maybe.
Tell you what, Mat 4, we got Owen Henriksen out of El Burnett, the 11th seed. He's taking on Hayden Schwab. Henriksen's had a tournament, man.
Yeah, he's a freshman. He was our number 1 freshman coming into the year on IAwrestle's Fab 50 Dynamite. Wrestling up at 120, taking a few losses this year, but here he is. He finds himself in the state semifinals, running into Hayden Schwab out of Don Bosco.
But Mat 3, this is going to be the one we were really excited about. Number 1, Liam Adelfinger and Cooper Hines. We were talking about it.
1 seed.
1 seed, yes. Adelfinger, returning state champion from last year. Cooper Hines, though, Michigan commit. Just committed this past week. He's a junior. I think the fans want to see that rematch between Schwab and Adelfinger from last year. It was a barn burner. A lot of big points were scored. But I think Cooper Hines might want to have something to say in this conversation.
Oh, absolutely. Again, we talked about it a little bit last session, but Hines is maybe one of those names that doesn't quite get enough love. Great wrestler, great kid. Hines comes in ranked 2nd. Adelfinger is actually ranked 3rd. Hines has defeated him this year.
Oh, okay.
So don't sleep on this match on Cooper Hines. This is going to be great. Adelfinger's wrestled phenomenal all year, but it's not a 2-person show here.
No.
Believe me when I say that Cooper Hines is right here looking to punch his ticket to the state finals. Wilton looking to get their 2nd in a row. Austin Etzel, we are taking a little break, so we'll do a real quick rundown on the outside mats before these semifinals start. Mat 1, Easton Somberg, Osage with a 3-0 lead over Cole Scammon out of Shenandoah, now 6-0. On Mat 2, Blake Irvine out of Don Bosco with a 3-0 lead over Gavin Sloss of ACGC. On Mat 5, Ryan Bonson, West Lyon, early in the third's got a 4-1 lead over Lincoln Linden Woodbury Central. And they just cut the thing away on me. We're getting underway in the semifinals. So first whistle blown, and here we go.
Schwab, nice elbow pass. Got nothing there off it, though.
120 pounds. Schwab really moving him around. working that head, snaps him down, looking to cut a corner here. Hendrickson doing a good job, controlling elbow, staying square.
Wrestling semifinals at number 4, 120. Now wrestling mat number 6, 126 pounds.
Looks like almost a headlock attempt out of Adelfinger, but Cooper Hines is just like, get off me right now.
We're not doing that today.
Yeah, no big moves here.
Schwab, though, looking
Schwab
for the fall
takes
right
out
away.
Weird, Bosco Cradle.
Bosco
He's got
Cradle.
Hendrickson in a world of hurt.
He is
A long time. There it is.
And he just saw little brother get a pin and he goes,
Yep.
nah, not today. I got to do it faster.
Hayden Schwab back in the state finals, only a sophomore.
You got to imagine like the graduation party those boys have, like the pictures that they're going to have on the walls. It's just going to be
With
electric.
their mom being a photographer as well.
Yes, like it's just going to be like this like hall, like the Gable Hall of Fame of awesome pictures. Slim Shady Schwab gets the pin on mat 4. He's waiting on the results of Adelfinger and Hines, which is nice now. That match is ended quick. We can focus on this match.
Yeah, and looks like we're going to have blood time. Hopefully this doesn't become a super long match, but we're still scoreless halfway through the first period. And Don Bosco, 3 for 3. 3 weights in, 3 finalists. Belinsky, Schwab. So Don Bosco cruising here so far in 1A. Again, we got some blood time down here.
Tell you what, man, you look at that Jessup coaching staff. It is loaded. Got world bronze medalist Joe Colon. You have a Division 1 national qualifier in Ian Parker. I mean, they're locked and loaded in Jessup, Iowa.
And you also have former, what's his name? Michigan, Iowa State.
Steve.
No, I'll think of it. He's in the corner. Caden Storr.
Caden Storr, that's it. That's what I was saying. You meant Caden Storr.
Caden Storr also at Jessup. So here we go. Back underway. Still scoreless on mat 3. Defending champion, number 3 ranked, Liam Adelfinger out of Wilton, taking on number 2 ranked Cooper Hines out of Jessup.
A lot of good fakes, a lot of good motion. Good hand fight here. In on a shot is Hines, but Adelfinger does a really good job of backing out, putting the hips down. He's found that back anchor, but Hines doing a really good job blocking there. Oh, he was trying to go arm or head whip there. Hines followed through.
Hines timed it up and kind of came up and into him, but we are actually going to run out of time in the first period. It looked like we could get into a good scramble, but 0-0 as we head to the second. Adelfinger is going to start on bottom. Honestly, this is one of those matches that's so close. These wrestlers are so stingy. One takedown might decide this thing.
Yeah.
So Adelfinger up to tripod, up to his feet.
Oh, roll through there. Adelfinger catches the legs.
Nice return out of Hines, but Adelfinger hits a roll, comes out for 1.
Great sequence there. Even though it was a 1, I mean, could have been 2 if he was wrestling someone average.
Looks like Hines kind of trying to go a little upper body here, but Adelfinger drops down on a leg now. Almost a Merkle.
Almost a Merkle.
He doesn't have that leg quite hooked. He didn't get the leg hooked. He got behind the arms. Leg was inside, but not hooked in between the legs. So you actually have to hook and control that inside leg there. They're going to go out of bounds, 1-0 Adelfinger.
We saw it. It seemed like 3A today was just Merkle City.
Yeah, we've seen it all tournament long. There's been quite a few.
(1-0) the score right now in favor of Adelfinger with about 1:18 left here in the second. Man, Hines doing a really good job.
Yeah, Hines really pushing.
He wants to go upper body with Adelfinger, in which last year we saw Adelfinger kind of control that upper body with Schwab. I think he's like, hey, I know you can bang. I can bang too.
Adelfinger being pretty good with it, though. As soon as Hines goes upper body, Adelfinger's kind of dropping to those legs, getting some corners. He's been close a couple times to lifting them up. So just 1 minute left. We're halfway through the second period. 1-0 lead for Liam Adelfinger out of Wilton over Cooper Hines out of Jessup.
They're wanting a headlock here down 2. They're not giving it.
Oh, that's a 4-2. Nothing.
4-2.
Blake Irvine, Don Bosco is going to win the blood round. Bosco's got another state place winner at 126. So 4 weights in. They got 3 state finalists. They got a state place winner at 26 out of Blake Irvine.
Good win for Irvine, the senior, I believe, out of Don Bosco.
I don't know about that. He's only a junior.
Only a junior, okay.
Yep.
Meanwhile, we got a Saturday Night Ride on Friday afternoon over here on 1.
That's a 7-7 match.
That just opens up the door here. They're pumped.
Oh, here back underway in the semifinals. There's a good shot out of Hines, but Adelfinger just kind of pulls him up in an underhook.
12 seconds left here in the second.
Over-under situation here right in the center of the map, but we are short on time. Neither guy really threatening with it yet.
I don't think these guys are club partners either, so they probably have not seen each other a lot.
So end of the second period, 1-0. Hines' choice. He's going to start on bottom now. See if Adelfinger tries to ride him here a little bit. I assume he will. He's pretty solid on top. There it is. Hines just kind of bases out, keeps position, head up. Gonna have to look for some hand control here, but Adelfinger doing a good job, kind of working on that head lever. Now he slips a leg in. Hines staying up on his base, but Adelfinger's got a leg in, kind of cross body ride, looking possibly almost like a guillotine. But there goes a roll out of Hines into a scramble, but Adelfinger
just backpack series.
Yeah. Say he's got the leg in. He's staying super tight with it.
Has Adelfinger committed anywhere yet?
I don't think so, but it also junior as well. Both these guys are juniors. Okay. He had a brother who's a senior who was ranked most of the year that actually did not qualify.
Owen, yes, I forgot about that. Like I said, I think I said in 3A,
there's another roll out of Hines. Looked like maybe a little bit more separation there, but Adelfinger continues to stick on. Now Hines reaches back, kind of trying to pull his hip down. He's got Adelfinger's hip on the mat if he can hip over here.
You might want to get on, I was going to say, at the point you might want to get on the toes, but Adelfinger just did a really good job of refocusing, locking in.
We talked about it being the period. Adelfinger's pretty good up here. Hines got to find a way.
Yeah, especially as we're dwindling down here, 48 seconds left. You know, Adelfinger doing a great job.
Oh, he almost caught him on his back, but
Cooper
there's
Hines
two.
gets a reversal.
That's two. Cooper Hines now leads 2-1. Nice reversal. He just about caught that headlock and had him on his back.
35 seconds left
Back to the center. 36 seconds. 2-1 lead. Cooper Hines out of Jessup over the defending state champion, Liam Adelfinger out of Wilton.
This is that 30-second go. That 30-second go you have practice every day.
Yeah, Adelfinger up to his feet.
Looking for the roll.
To lift. Yep. That's kind of what happened the last time as he tried to lift. Adelfinger rolled and was able to get out. But this time, now Hines got him. He's got his hips covered. Oh, keep that arm and just keep him there. But he's got Adelfinger on his butt. 17 seconds. So they're going to go out of bounds. 14. So here we go. 14 as we head back to the center.
How pumped up do you want to be right now if you're Liam Adelfinger? Hey, you got 14 seconds here. You just need one. You don't need to get into a roll. Just
agreed.
You got to beat the ref.
We've talked about this. Don't get too greedy. If you can get out, just get out and get your one.
Beat the ref. Go right to a stand. Give you one.
Fighting hands.
Goes for the roll there.
Oh,
he got the reversal with 5 seconds left. Whoa! Big finish there.
He did go roll.
And time
runs out, but a huge late reversal. Liam Adelfinger out of Wilton. We said this was a match to watch, and it was.
It was everything we could ask for and more.
Last 5 seconds, Liam Adelfinger comes up with a reversal. 3-2 win over Cooper Hines of Jessup.
He kind of did exactly what we were just talking about.
Yeah.
Beat the ref, work his hands. Hey, he's thinking he's going for a stand-up, trying to control the hands. Hey, hit that roll real quick there then. Gets it out, gets that go-ahead point or that go-ahead reversal. Big win.
So there we go. We get our rematch at 120 pounds, last year's state final. It'll be Liam Adelfinger out of Wilton looking to take out Hayden Schwab out of Don Bosco.
Meanwhile, I'm at 4. Call the cops. About to get rowdy up in here. We got Rowdy Neighbor out of El Burnett, returning state champion. He's taking on Dawson Jacobson out of Central Springs.
Returning state champ, you say? We got another one on mat 3.
Correct. We got Gavin Landers out of Denver. He's taking on 4-seed Mason Shirk.
All Shirk is a state runner-up. So we got some dogs going here.
You know, I'd favor Shirk right now, but after watching how Gavin Landers has ran through this tournament right now, Gavin Landers is a buzzsaw right now, wrestling really well. As I'm saying that, he's in on a shot right now on Shirk. Shirk does a good job of stretching out, but meanwhile, Landers goes waterfall, but Shirk does a good job of tying up those ankles.
There's a takedown on 4.
Rowdy Neighbor.
3-0 lead now.
As I'm saying this,
Dawson Jacobson out of Central Springs.
Gavin Landers hooks the bottom leg. He's taking his time. Just got to keep coaching. I know Denver wants the 3 right now, but it's not quite yet. Shirk still got good crotch.
There it
As
is.
I say that, he gives up the 3. Minute left here in the first period. Landers up 3-0 as he's looking for a Turk.
Oh, he gets it.
As he gets himself, no
they
swipes.
wave it off.
Okay.
Wow. Thought he'd get at least 2 there, but they're going to wave it off. You talked about it a little bit, taking his time. If there's one thing about Gavin Landers, this kid is about as cool, calm, and collective of anybody in this tournament. He's just methodical. You know what I mean? He's not the most flashy wrestler. He's not going to blow you off your feet like Drayshawn Ross, but he just kind of keeps coming, and he just stays in good position. He doesn't get rattled. He takes his time. He does everything right, and he finishes shots.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He went undefeated last year as a freshman, correct?
I believe so.
Okay.
Gabriel Brisker
Comes into this tournament 49-0 as a sophomore.
He's looking for a tilt here.
I think he got a 1 count, but nothing else. Good job of Schwab fighting down. Another tilt roll through now.
Wrong Iowa teammate, son.
Oh, what did I say?
You said Schwab.
Oh. So there are 2 near fall there, real late in the period. So Gavin Landers now with a 5-0 lead over Mason Shirk as we head to the second period.
Shirk's choice. He chooses defer. Landers going bottom. Man, you know, we talked about at the beginning of the tournament, this sophomore class. In 3A, we saw it. But 1A, the sophomores in the 1A class are just dogs.
Yeah, Youngblood, Landers, Hayden Schwab. They got a lot of guys here.
Like, the Iowa State tournament in the next 2 years is going to be every Division I coach's fantasy land.
So Landers takes down. Shirk putting on a good ride here so far. But again, Landers not getting crazy, not going to roll around a lot, taking his time, looking for hands, turns, gets out.
And I think Shirk, I mean, I'm not assuming here, but I think Shirk's kind of hoping that he can catch him on these like weird little scramble things. But like you said, Landers is so methodical. It's going to be hard to, find a crack in that
He's
in
just
that game.
so good at just the little things. He stays in position. It's hard to find him, find a chink in that armor where he's, gets himself in trouble.
And we've seen Gavin Landers coming up through the AAU ranks, and it's been that way since day one.
Absolutely. Over on mat 4, Rowdy Neighbor now stretching that lead out. He's up after reversal. He's up 8-1 here in the second period. Rowdy Neighbor Alburnett leading Dawson Jacobson out of Central Springs.
Over on 5, we got a pin out of Gabriel Brisker.
So Wilton putting up some more points over there.
Tell you what, you want to talk about a heartbreak loss yesterday in the quarters. Gabe Brisker. I think he had to go home last night, readjust some things mentally, and just get locked in. And I think it showed here today.
He was up, I think, 4 late in that match. A late headlock in the final seconds as time expired. 5-point headlock. Drops here to the blood round, but a nice win out of Brisker. He's going to be on the ward stand tomorrow night. 3rd Brisker brother to
make the podium.
A lot of wins out of the family.
I just want to give a shout out to their dad. One of the nicer dudes on the planet.
Yeah, Kevin Brisker. Great guy, great coach. His high school wrestling days are about over here, man.
Just wild. I mean, I feel like the last 12 years there's been a Brisker in a bracket.
So still same scores down here at the end of the second period in both matches. They both come about the exact same time. Mat 3, Gavin Landers, Denver with a 6-0 lead over Mason Shirk out of Wilton. And over on mat 4, Rowdy Neighbor out of Alburnett with an 8-1 lead over Dawson Jacobson out of Central Springs. Landers in on a shot again. Shirk does a good job getting hips back at first, but Landers, again, slowly just kind of pulls that leg in.
Goes
puts him over the
waterfall.
top. Now he dumps him to a hip, looking to switch to 2. Steps over. Slow and steady, methodical. And there he comes out, pops the head, got the leg hooked, puts him on his hip, and
There's
3-point
3.
near fall.
As he extends this lead 9-0 here with 1:25 left here in the third. Mason Shirks, he's tough, man.
Yeah, Mason Shirk's a great wrestler.
As we're saying this, Landers getting near fall here. He's got a set of 4. It's going to take it 13-0. He's going to try going for the fall here, or he might readjust and get another set of
minute left. Shirk doing a good job fighting down.
Wait for the ref. Got to wait for the ref.
Still thinking that leg Turk. I don't know if he's going to give it until he gives that Turk up. And there he does.
There's 4. Now he's got a bar.
So 13-0, 54 seconds left. Meanwhile, over on 4, Rowdy Neighbor, Alburnett.
Landers going opposite
11 to
side.
2.
I was say Landers going opposite side tilt.
They're going to stop that match over on 4. So 53 seconds left as we come back to the center. Rowdy Neighbor leading Dawson Jacobson 11 to 2.
I see Uncle Sean Landers in on the comments right now, listening to us talk about his nephew. You said last night them boys are out of Green, right?
His dad.
Yeah.
Yeah. His dad, Trace Landers, was a great wrestler out of Green. Back when they had all the Nixed boys, they had Landers, they had Nate Trees. That was back in my heyday. Green was tough as they come.
Rowdy Neighbor up 14 to 2. 15 seconds left here. He might be, barring anything crazy, he's got himself a second date in the finals of Saturday night. I mean, tell you what, man, you want to talk about a kid that's just improved every year, and that's Rowdy Neighbor. You know, his freshman year, I mean, I think he probably took probably 10, 12 losses as a freshman. Sophomore year, he makes the semis. Last year, he wins, and has kept growing.
Yeah, so 2 major decisions. They both go final. 13-1 for Gavin Landers over Mason Shirk, and 14 to 2 Rowdy Neighbor over Dawson Jacobson. So how fun's this one? Tomorrow night, 126-pound final. We have 2 state champions going head-to-head. Get number 1, Gavin Landers. Number 2, Rowdy Neighbor.
That's exciting stuff, man. Has Rowdy committed anywhere yet?
I don't believe so. Not that I have heard.
I know his brother wrestles at Co, but I think his ceiling might be a little higher. Down here on 4, we have returning state finalist Brock Morris of Cascade. He's taking on Drew Anderson of Oakland Riverside, the 2 seed. This will be a good one here.
Yeah, so coming in, IAwrestle rankings, we got Morris, the 3, Anderson ranked 5. Over in the other mat, number 1, Jaden Rinkin, Nashville Plainfield, taking on Braden Sheffers out of I-35, comes in ranked 6.
Who was ranked 2 at the time?
Let's take a look. What are we at, 32? I got the rankings up right here. Max Pollock out of Wayne Corridon come in ranked number 2. Adelfinger was ranked 4th. The older Adelfinger didn't make it to the state tournament.
Tell you what.
So we got a little. Go ahead.
Been watching Jaden Rinkin over the last 2 years, and this kid throws up points in bunches. Real tough on top, can shoot from a distance, long, lanky kid. Going to UNI next year. He's a solid kid out of Nashua Plainfield. Meanwhile, Braden Sheffers out of I-35 Turow, coached by Cody Swim, former Grandview wrestler, national qualifier. We're about to go here. Whistle's about to blow.
Skippers, Interstate 35, semifinalists, number 3 at 132.
This is Morris's 3rd semifinal in his career. Made this 5th semis as a freshman at 106. Sophomore year was kind of an up and down year for Morris. Actually didn't make it out of sectionals his sophomore year. And then bounced back last year, made the finals, lost in the finals to Jesse Lewis out of West Sioux. Looked real dominant yesterday in his quarterfinal against Osage with a 41-second fall.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, just as we say, match is underway. What do you know? Reeking in on a shot. Kind of almost in a leg cradle position now.
I mean, he's got those long legs. He might as well. They're calling stalemate over there.
Yep.
Meanwhile, down on 4, Morris in on a shot. Anderson doing a good job of hipping down, but Morris still staying on that leg. I'm going to tell you right now, just knowing Brock Morris personally, probably pound for pound one of the strongest kids in this bracket. Just as strong as just being strong.
I don't doubt that. You can just see the power. Well, he looks like it, but you can see it when he wrestles. So now in a good scramble position. Morris doing a good job keeping his head high, hips high. Got Anderson in a little bit of trouble here. He's got to keep that leg elevated as he comes through the back. Oh, Anderson grabs ankle, though. Now Anderson in a pretty good spot.
Morris doing
great
the same
scramble
thing.
Here.
Should be calling stalemate here in about 10 seconds, I bet. Yep, as they say that, they call stalemate. Really good scramble there from both wrestlers.
Still scoreless on 3, Rinkin and Jeffers. Anderson, just a sophomore.
Just a sophomore.
Wrestled actually last year at Council Bluffs Lewis Central. Had a really, really good year, but fell just short of the podium. Back as a sophomore here in the semifinals. Going to find himself on the podium now.
As I say, Anderson in on a carry. He's looking to find Morris, but Morris finds that whizzer.
Yeah. Anderson lets go of the arm before he actually had it. Looked like he was coming up looking for the fall, but instead of, as he tries to come up with that underhook, he lets go of the arm, gives Morris a chance to fight down, get to that whizzer position, and come out of it. So scoreless after the first.
Meanwhile, down on 3, Rinkin up 3-0 right now at the end of the first. Just kind of backpacked here for the last 30 seconds of that match. Toss, Rinkin, he's going to defer.
Shefford's going on bottom. Over on mat 4, Drew Anderson's going to take bottom. Still scoreless there on 4. There's Anderson up and out for his 1-point escape. Now leads 1-0 over Brock Morris. Sheffers kind of comes up and tries a roll, but Rinkin just following right along.
Anderson goes for a peek out. Morris stops it. Goes to overhook here for Morris, chasing it down. Meanwhile, Anderson does a good job, finds the corner. They're going to call 3, score 4-1 in favor of Anderson of Riverside, Oakland. That's a tough takedown there for Anderson. Just following through in position. He's putting a tough ride in here, about a minute left.
4-0 lead for Drew Anderson, sophomore out of Riverside, Oakland. Rinkin still riding tough over on mat 3, just about a minute in, still leading 3-0 in second period. Going to go out of bounds on 4. Anderson still on top.
Down it. So 4-0 here, about 50 seconds left here in the second. Obviously, if you want to keep this match going, Morris has to get out, get a 1 here going into the third period. Meanwhile, Rinkin just doing a tough job on top.
Yeah. I mean, Sheffers can't even hardly get any hip separation. Rinkin is just latched on. Down on mat 1, Wapello. Haven't heard much of Wapello the last few years. Wapello gets themselves a state medalist.
Throw out of bounds, but gets the 1. He at least shows that he
nice little lat drop, but they go out of bounds with it.
Thing about Morris too is he's got some throws. He doesn't like to use them a lot, but when he needs to, he goes.
Oh, dives in at a leg. Didn't really need to quite do that.
No, got a little excited there as Anderson's trying to cut the corner. Morris holding on here. He's got about 13 seconds here. He's got to get that grip strength. He's holding on to that leg. They're hooked the bottom leg. The refs are not calling yet.
No, that's not 3. He's looking for 3, but
they're calling the 3.
Man, I don't know if I agree with that.
I don't agree with it either.
Central Community Elkader.
I do not agree with that at all.
Central Community Elkader now wrestling match number 1 at 140.
They're going to talk over. Nope. Looks like he's walking to the other ref. Oh, Rinkin now looking for some near fall, but Sheffers did a good job rolling through on that double arm bar.
7-1 here. Now Morris just decided to go on his feet here. He knows that he's going to have to start doing some attacking here. He's got some ground to cover.
Over on mat 3, Jaden Rinkin rides out the entire second period. Still leads Braden Sheffers at I-35. 3-0 as we head to the third period. Yeah, Morris got a lot of work to do here. He's got to get going on his offense, but he can't be diving at legs like he did that last one.
No, not at all. He got excited.
Anderson in on a shot now.
Morris, though, finds the front head. Comes back up. Minute 30 left here in the third.
They're going to go out of bounds. Rinkin's going to take bottom to start the third here. Leading 3-0.
Morris chasing the underhook. There goes a carry from Anderson. Gets stopped down, but he's holding on to that elbow tight. Morris, though, he was going around as Anderson catches that leg, though, looking for the carry. He's going to find it.
Looked like Morris was almost trying to pull through a spladle, but
I think Anderson's going to catch it.
Might catch that, yeah, and he catches the half.
Near falls.
Now wrestling on mat number 6 at 100.
Anderson piling up the points now, looking for a fall. Still 50 seconds. Drew Anderson,
There's the
there
fall.
it is.
Wow.
Sophomore Drew Anderson, Riverside, Oakland, heading to the state finals.
Big pin there.
So,
Anderson's one of those kids that wrestled a lot as a kid, had a little success when he was younger, but I tell you what, that kid worked his tail off. You could start seeing him in 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, just kept climbing and climbing and climbing. Here, he only a sophomore, and he's in his first state final. Hats off to Drew Anderson.
Hats off Drew Anderson. I'm hurting a little bit, but at the same time, you know, hey, hats off to him. He wrestled his butt off there. He earned it.
Over on 3, meanwhile, we're about almost halfway through the 3rd period. Jaden Rinkin, Nashville Plainfield, number 1, leading 4-0 over Braden Sheffers out of I-35. We are neutral. There's a shot out of Sheffers. He gets to the single leg. Switches to a double with his head buried, so he goes back to a single, looking to cut that corner. Rinkin got a whizzer. Nice job out of Sheffers, coming to his
Really
feet,
good job
driving,
out of
but
Sheffers.
Rinkin's just so tough to score on. They're going to go out of bounds. Still 4-0 lead for Rinkin. 51 seconds left as we come back to the center.
So coming up here on 4, the next match, Preston Kolschman, the 2 seed. He's going to be taking on Aiden Tim at Belle Plaine. Jaden Rinkin, he's still a 4-0. Holding on to this match here, getting in the finals. Meanwhile,
Sheffers in on a leg again, but Rinkin just does such a good job of keeping his hips close. Always keeping it close. Now he's in a crotch lock into a scramble.
Meanwhile, down on 5, it looks like Preston Hunter out of Beckman Catholic. He's tying it up here in the 2nd period over Jackson Knitz out of Hinton. Tell you what, Preston Hunter, first trip down here, I mean, he's hanging in there. We talked about Beckman really doesn't have really the team that they, like, you know, the team numbers wise, but they brought 4 guys down here to the state tournament this week, and, you know, they're kind of showing out a little bit, you know, for what they have. And, you know, Preston Hunter being in the blood round, it's pretty impressive stuff.
There's a win. 4-0 win. Jaden Rinkin, Nashville Plainfield. Very workmanlike there in the semifinals. So your 132-pound state championship match tomorrow night is going to have number 1 Jaden Rinkin taking on the sophomore Drew Anderson out of Oakland Riverside. Another match I'm keeping an eye on over here on 2.
Preston Hunter with a cradle down there on 5.
You got a personal interest over there. I had a little one over on 2. Keaton Gates out of West Branch. Coached this kid quite a bit growing up. Always a dynamic wrestler. You'll see his brother coming up here as well. Just got a takedown. He jumps out to an 8-4 lead now. 30 seconds into the 2nd period. Gates boys wrestling real well out of West Branch right now.
Yeah, personal interest. Preston Hunter trains at Dubuque Wrestling Club where I coach at. Started coming in last year and has just been consistent all year. So happy to see the results there. It's kind of crazy, man, if you think about it. It's weird, right? Like the kids that are wrestling in the off season, putting in the time, they're the ones that are here today on Friday.
So here we go. We're about to get underway in the 138-pound finals. We got on mat 3, number 1, all-world, everything. Dawson Youngblood, the sophomore out of, Don Bosco. He's going to be taking on 12th ranked Dustin Van Ort out of West Sioux Hawarden. Over on mat 4, we got number 2 ranked Klosterman, Preston Klosterman. He's taking on Tim out of Belle Plaine. That is Aiden Tim, the junior out of Belle Plaine. Little fun fact for you. Out of all these semifinalists, we have 1 guy that came in unranked in the semifinals, and that's Aiden Tim here. Pulled out some late heroics with kind of a crazy headlock to knock off Gabe Brisker out of Wilton yesterday in the quarterfinals.
Dawson Youngblood just doing quick work. He's up 7-0, and he still has a cradle locked in. We talked about it. I mean, this kid has won everything growing up. In high school, it really hasn't changed yet either. I still believe he's undefeated on his career.
He's got 1 out-of-state loss as a freshman in the Dan Gable Donnybrook to one of the best kids in the country. Both guys looking for a fall now. Cradle for Youngblood. Klosterman's got Tim on his back as well.
Another set of 3. Klosterman doing a great job here. He's settling in. He's got plenty of time, too. He's still got about 35 seconds.
There
There's
it
the
is.
fall.
Preston Klosterman heading to the state finals.
Good win there for Preston Klosterman.
And it's going to be over on mat 3 as well. Youngblood's got another cradle. And there it is. 4 points. That's a 15-0 tech fall in 1 minute and 30 seconds.
So there it is. It's going to be Preston Klosterman out of El Burnett. He's going to be taking on Dawson Youngblood of Don Bosco.
I don't think they left any doubt who the number 1 and 2 guys are in the state of Iowa right now.
Not after this week, no. They've been wrestling lights out. I tell you what, man, Dawson Youngblood is fun to watch.
Absolutely. Over on mat 1, we had a late scramble, late takedown. Central Locator coaches are arguing here, but I think Tully Wood out of Wayne Corridon is going to pull off a 4-3 win over Braxton Borman, a Central Community out of Elkader.
That's a heartbreaker, man.
Oh, no. Here comes a kind of assassin on 2. Gates tries to roll through, but he's going to get caught on his back. Keaton Gates leading 10-8, gets put on his back and gets Dawson Byers. Sibley O'Cheaton comes up with a fall in the blood round.
That's tough.
That's a little bit of a heart wrencher right there.
You know, like we're talking about this morning, you know, today is, if anything you can describe something, it's weddings and funerals, man.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, the scene, what's going on behind the scenes in that back tunnel. You have kids that are absolutely elated, fired up. Meanwhile, you have kids that worlds essentially just came to an end in their eyes. Obviously, not the end of the world in life, but in this particular moment of their lives, you know, it's pretty much one of the saddest days of their lives.
Yeah. Keaton Gates over there with head coach Jake Slocum, his brother Kobe Simon, state champion. Tough loss, but life goes on. Only a sophomore.
Yep.
He'll be back.
So over here on 5, Preston Hunter, he's holding on to a 7-4 or 8-4-3 lead here. 15 seconds left. Preston Hunter, barring anything crazy here, he's going to be one of the first place winners for Beckman in about 5 years. So big win here for Preston Hunter, state medalist.
That's the first one they've had since maybe like Luke Hageman.
They had one in like 2020, I believe. Upper weight guy, but tell you what, I got to talk to Preston a little bit this morning. He was fired up. I know his dad. I saw his dad celebrating as he's going up the stairs. He's ready to go meet his son. They're pretty fired up here.
He's got another match though.
Yep, that's the thing. Get excited, enjoy it for about 30 seconds, shut it down, keep rolling.
Yep. So we roll. Semifinals just underway, 144 pounds. We've got on mat 3, we've got the 2-time state champ, number 1 ranked Blake Fox out of Osage, taking on 4th ranked Lucas Bose out of Underwood, senior. Over on mat 4, we've got 3rd ranked Steve Brandenburg out of Lake Mills. He's taking on Dylan Stein out of Lennox, who comes in ranked 9th. Having a heck of a tournament here for Dylan Stein. 51-1 on the year. There's a takedown already for Fox.
Fox is worth the price of admission, man.
Got a cradle again.
Watching him the entire tournament, he's just been
there he is, working near fall.
Just been Pin City all week.
He's got his 4 count, looking for a fall here.
He's not one of those kids either that likes to get back points and try doing something. No, he's the guy that looks for pins.
Yeah, absolutely. So looks like Bo's able to get off his back, but that's a 7-0 lead now, just over halfway through the first period. Now he's looking for almost a 3-quarter stack, but nothing doing there. Still scoreless on 4, Brandenburg and Stein.
I just think his brother was really impressive. Now watching Blake, it's like, whew. I wonder who wins the last piece of chicken in that house during Christmas.
They got an older brother who was pretty tough in his own right as well. So
which one was that?
Oh gosh, you're gonna test me here. You weren't supposed to put me on a spot like that.
I know. I got one on you this morning, and I was feeling pretty good, so I figured I was gonna let it ride.
Nick Fox, he only had 2 state titles. Brother Blake going for his 3rd here today or tomorrow. So Blake Fox now out 10-1 with another takedown as we head to the 2nd period. Underwood coach is questioning something here. I'm not sure what's going on. That was a pretty clear takedown for Fox. He's just going to walk over to the corner, get a little bit of coaching out of Coach Jennings, Coach Goodale. Over on mat 4, there's a 2nd takedown. Dylan Stein out of Lennox. Wrestling extremely well. He leads 6-1 late in the first. Brandenburg trying to pop his head out, see if he can get an escape or reversal. He pops his head into a little scramble, but he's running out of time. 3, 2. Stein still holding that ankle. He's going to hold on. Great first period out of Stein. He leads 6-1 over Brandenburg as we head to the second.
While we're heading to the while we're heading to the break here, that Beckman question, Tim O'Neill, sports writer, Telegraph Herald, just confirmed the last state medalist for Beckman was in 2022. So
Nice.
a little bit of a drought there in Beckman, but Preston Hunter makes sure that
Not too long.
the fans are going to be able to come home with a medal here this week. Blake Fox in on another takedown. He's jump up 13-1.
Over on mat 1, Reese Klosterman of Alburnett gets a pin to make the award stand. We talked a little bit about all the brothers in this tournament. We got quite a few sets of brothers that are going to be on the award stand together tomorrow night. We just saw Preston Klosterman make the finals. Now Reese Klosterman's on the award stand as well.
Who's older?
I believe they're twins, actually.
Twins.
If I'm not mistaken. I could be wrong. Reese might be older.
Alburnett fans out there, I need a family tree real quick.
Reese might be a year older. I'm not 100% positive on that. So Fox comes back around. There's another three-point takedown for Fox. 16-2 now, halfway through the second period.
Oh.
He's tough, man. He is just so good. Stein now putting on a good ride in the second period. Brandenburg chose down. He's been ridden for a minute here. Stein still leads 6-1. Brandenburg up to his feet now.
Longtime head coach Brent Jennings in the corner of Osage. With Trent Goodale.
Looked like Brandenburg just about had one, but they're going to go out of bounds. Not Trent Goodale. That's Thatcher Goodale.
Thatcher, yeah, sorry.
Over on 5, Iowa Valley. Chance Hoyt becomes a state medalist.
Bose is trying to go lat drop. Blake Fox like, no, sir. He sits through it, gets the fall. So Blake Fox in his third state final in 3 attempts. Over on 5, Chance Hoyt out of Iowa Valley with the fall. Coach Krieger's fired up.
57 pounds. Will Atchison, Iowa City, Regina. Hayden Helgeson, Lake Mills. Atchison, Iowa City,
over
Regina.
on 4 now, Dylan Stein of Lennox. Brandenburg was able to get escape, but Stein leads 6-2, 25 seconds left in the second period.
Just some good wrestling here so far in Class 1A.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everything looks like they're kind of going.
Brandenburg in on a shot now. Stein's going.
Neck wrench. Does he got it?
Brandenburg trying to scoot his hips out. Brandenburg's going to come out on top of that. Nice job out of him. Stein had a pretty good neck wrench, whips him over, but Brandenburg just kind of stays calm, comes through, gets his 3. Draws in 6-5 now for Stein. Stein's still in the lead. That's going to be the end of the second period. Stein's choice, he's going to go bottom. I think Coach Brandenburg got Dad over there in the corner, is going to tell him, let him loose. Let's go on our feet.
Nothing crazy here. Don't get greedy, just wrestle. Over on 1, we got Jake Highland up 3-0 on Connor Jacobson at Ridgeview. He's got a cradle locked up. Jake Highland, the senior out of Bellevue, he's got a cradle in tight.
10 a.m. Saturday morning.
He gives himself a set of 4. He's up 7. Now he's going to switch over to the Turk. Time runs out here at the end of the first period.
Brandenburg takes a shot, but from a little bit of space, nothing going there. Stein pulls him into a front headlock. 7-5 lead for Stein. Minute 30 left in that match in the semifinals.
Obviously, another personal interest me on mat 1. Jake Highland, another Dubuque Wrestling Club kid. There are no advertisements, by the way, for Dubuque Wrestling Club. I'm just a guy who likes sport wrestling.
Over on mat 4, still neutral. Minute 20 left in that match. 7-5 lead, Dylan Stein out of Lennox. Brandenburg in on another shot, but again, kind of out of space, not able to clear those hands. Brandenburg comes back up to his feet. Got an underhook, looking for maybe a Kelly situation. He's going to try it. Doesn't have that arm super tight, though, so he kind of clears out of it wisely. He gets too deep in there, he's going to get himself in trouble. Coach Brandenburg looking for a stall call, but nothing going as they go out of bounds. Still a 7-5 lead for Stein. 58 seconds left in the match now. There, Stein dives in at a leg. I think more to keep stalling away than anything. Wasn't really close. Yeah. Reshot out of Brandenburg. He's in on a leg. Looked like Stein wanted to maybe go neck wrench or something again, but didn't really have it. Brandenburg dumps him down. If he can pop that right arm or pop his hips over the top, he might have it. There it is. There's a 3-point takedown for Brandenburg. takes his first lead of the match, 8-7, 33 seconds left, and I think Stein's looking a little tired down there.
That's
Brandenburg's really been pushing that pace. He's got Stein flat, 25 seconds left.
Gritty ride by Steve. You don't see a lot of Steves anymore in the brackets.
Got a little arm lever there, really grinding his. He's got the wrist on that left side. He got his forehead right in the back of the almost armpit of Stein. Now Brandenburg drops down to legs, 7 seconds left. Stein trying to squirm around. 3, 2, 1. Brandenburg holds on.
Big
what
win.
A comeback. Steve Brandenburg.
Big win there.
Lake Mills, stand up. You got a state finalist at 144 pounds.
Down on
little fist pump from Dad in the corner. Only a junior, Steve Brandenburg.
Down on 1. Highland just got called for stalling. It is 7-3 in favor of Highland. 20 seconds left.
There's
here
a jump into Dad's arms. You got to love it.
Oh, man. Those are the emotions you love, man.
So Brandenburg punches his ticket to the finals. He's going to face 2-time state champion Blake Fox out of Osage tomorrow night. So I think we're going to get just a little break here again. Again, we're on TV, so we got some breaks. They're finishing matches, weights before they move up. So we'll have just a little break in those middle mats. How about a quick run around on the outside? Mat 1, Jake Highland out of Bellevue with a 7-3 lead over Connor Jacobson out of Ridgeview. That is just starting the third period. Over on mat 2, just 30 seconds into the match, Alex Tiedemann, Northwood Kinset, taking on Hunter Sauer out of Alburnett. Mat 5, halfway through the second period, Hayden Helgeson out of Lake Mills with a 1-0 lead over Will Aitchison out of Iowa City Regina. And down on 6, Holden Coley, Woodbury Central, throwing some points on the board. He leads 16-7 over Sancott out of Belle Plaine. Only 25 seconds left in that match.
Connor Jacobson mounting a comeback here on Highland. He's in on the leg as they go out of bounds. They're not calling anything yet.
Oh, not quite. Highland does a good job turning into him. So they're going to go out of bounds, still 7-4. Here we go. We're about to get back underway in the semifinals. We're at 150 pounds. We've got #1 state champion Corbin Rice out of Logan Magnolia taking on 4th-ranked Colton Knack out of North Tama. Just as we say that, 10 seconds in, Rice gets his first takedown. Over on mat 4, we got #2 Teague Smith, Britt West Hancock taking on #3 Tiernan Boots out of Lisbon. So here we go. We went chalk. 1, 2, 3, 4. Rice working on a Merkel. There it is. Another takedown. 30 seconds in. It's 6-1 already for Corbin Rice. His father, Doug, over in the corner. He's saying, let him loose. Put him back on your feet. Let's keep piling him up here. Still scoreless on 4.
We talked about the Rice family last night, all week pretty much, probably about 500 wins between the 3 brothers. More state champions than some high school programs have combined.
Oh, absolutely. There's another takedown for Rice, another release. So 9-3 now, only 45 seconds into that match. He's in on another shot.
I tell you what, Teagan Boots, I saw a picture of him last night. That guy looks like a full-grown man.
Yeah, Tiernan Boots has not missed a day of the weight room.
Highland in on a takedown. He's got a cradle. He's looking for the fall. He's got the fall. Jake Highland from Bellevue, state medalist, following his brother Jack from 2 years ago, back on the podium as a senior. He's fired up, as I am.
Just a little bit. There's another takedown for Corbin Rice. Now 12-3, still 40 seconds left in the first period. Father Doug up on his feet. I think he wants him to release him again. There he cracks him down, though. Back to the mat, putting on a good ride now. Boots in a front headlock here with Smith. Right on the edge of the mat. We're still scoreless, 25 seconds left in the first period. Again, Smith Boots is 2 versus 3. Corbin Rice, definitely #1, taking on #4, Colton Knack out of North Tama. We'll see Knack's first cousin out of Don Bosco coming up here in a couple weights.
Iowa Valley Marengo. Cooper Gates, West Branch. Hoyt, Iowa Valley Marengo. Gates, West Branch, now wrestling mat #1 at 165.
So we're going to end the first period. Corbin Rice leads 12-3. His choice, he's going to go down. Bottom position to start the second period. Over on mat 4, just ended the first period. Still scoreless. #2, Teague Smith, Britt West Hancock Number 3, Tiernan Boots of Lisbon. Looks like we got a little blood time before we start the second, though. Over on mat 1, we just talked about Keaton Gates. Now here's Cooper Gates. West Branch looking for a fall. There he goes. 29 seconds in.
Big win there.
Cooper was a state place winner 2 years as a freshman. Last year, he fell at the state tournament. Back on the award stand now as a junior. Congrats, Cooper Gates out of West Branch.
Over here on 3, Corbin Rice just piling it on now, 14-3.
Still a minute and a half left in the second period. Rice trying to decide whether to ride him or cut him. He waits for Max to come up, and then he releases him. So 14-4. I'm not sure why they just stopped here. Oh, looks like Rice having a little trouble with his knee brace. The ref gives him a second to adjust.
Down on 4, 1-0. Tell you what, man, Teague Smith, tough as all get out, man. I mean,
runs in the family. There's a lot of those Smith family out of Brett West Hancock, all tough as nails. Tell you what, all these Britt boys are. That football program has been just amazing for years. Now the wrestling program has always been traditionally good. Brett West Hancock's got a ton of state champions out of there, and they're still just raising those big, strong kids coming from the football program. They've always got a lot of guys. I know they got a couple guys in the semis tonight. And Teague Smith currently trailing 1-0 after Boots got the early escape in the second.
Like
How about
Mat 5?
Mat 5, Will Aitchison. Drew Bennett's first year coaching at Iowa City Regina, and he's got a state medalist.
The senior out of Iowa City Regina.
Will Aitchison with an overtime win. Best part about that is time for Troy Bennett to get his wallet out. He was just telling us, he told Drew if he gets a state placement in his first year, he's taking all the coaches and all 3 of the state qualifiers over to Splash for some seafood. So, Troy, time to get that wallet out and spend a little bit of that money.
Time to call Chase and extend that credit card limit.
Corbin Rice does Corbin Rice things. 20-5. Tech fall over the number 4 kid in the state. Rice heading back to the state finals at 150 pounds.
So now, on the backside here, we get a little RVC action in that next round of Consolations with Highland and Aitchison again.
Oh, nice.
I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me right.
Yeah, it could be.
Because I was going to say, because in 3A was Andelo from Johnson and Ratchie.
Yep.
Aitchison and Highland were the same round as those two, so they'll fall into that same bracket there.
There you go. We are back underway on mat 4 after some blood time.
Teague Smith, go behind.
He's all the way behind.
Nothing.
It looked like he was dragging his foot, but they say no control as they go out of bounds.
Tell you what, man, Tiernan Boots he's good.
Yeah, he's tough, man.
I mean, we've watched Teague Smith the last couple of years. Like you said, he's tough as nails. But, I mean, I feel like Tiernan Boots has just been showing.
Did Boots lose a contact or something? Or is there a little blood? Coach Dean Happel over there in the corner pointing to something for the trainer. It looks like maybe wiping up some blood or something.
Did we see did Cade Happel bow out last night?
Yeah, I think he did. Yep.
Dean Happel, longtime coach of the Lisbon Lions, 3-time state champion for Lisbon as well.
Yeah, he's been assistant over there for a long time. Of course, he's had about 17 boys come through the program as well. All kinds of success out of the Happel family. And hats off to them. They are one of the nicest families you will meet in the wrestling world.
And possibly, not making any predictions, but possibly a future daughter-in-law.
Yeah, right?
Oh, Teague Smith is hurting right now.
Yeah,
that
he's got
shoulder.
a big old shoulder brace on.
Man, those shoulder, as soon as you see one of those shoulder braces, you know it's trouble. Because, I mean,
always reminds me of, we talked about the guy a little bit yesterday, but Ryan Molnick's out of Northland was tough as nails, but could hardly keep his shoulder in place. I think if you would have taken his arm brace off him his senior year, his arm would have just fallen on the mat.
It was bad, dude. I remember always seeing that too and talking about it. He said like his shoulder would dislocate in the morning stretching.
Yeah.
Kyle Kaboshek, South Winnebago, Cox, Lake Mills.
So we got a little injury break here. Smith back on his feet, kind of walking around, holding that shoulder a little bit. But looks like Boots also getting worked on. A little bit of blood on his forehead here. We've got a couple Warriors out there. Smith's only got 40 seconds left of injury time, only in the second period here. They're going to cut it. So we're going to get back underway. 2-0 lead for Tiernan Boots out of Lisbon here in the second period. Is that right? Where'd he get that second point out of?
Was it injury time? Was this? Is that like college where if you take an injury time, then you get choice?
I think after a couple, but he didn't even get choice. I think he's up at 2-0, it says in the second.
I wonder, check here real quick. Stalling
call. I missed that. So he did get 2 stalling. So he got an escape in the second, 2 stalling calls in the second. So
Tiernan Boots right now, he's taking a 2-0 lead going into the third period here for Lisbon. Tell you what, man, Lisbon, traditional powerhouse. About last 10 years, it was Lisbon's world and everyone else playing it. They've kind of fallen off a little bit, but they still have guys. I feel like Lisbon and kind of as a whole over the last 20 years, it's kind of a roller coaster. Like they're up, they're down, but it's also kind of like a reload thing. Like
they do. That's a super supportive wrestling community, man. They raise wrestlers. So start of the third, Smith's going to go on bottom. He comes up to his feet, but Boots able to hang on. They're going to go out of bounds. So still 2-0 lead for Tiernan Boots. Still minute 47 left in the third.
Still speaking of Lisbon, did have a Royce spotting today.
Yeah, we did see Royce Elger. Weird that he would be at a bar.
On a Friday.
In the basement of Buzzer Billy's. A lot of people down there, but we did get to sit with Royce Elger for just a little bit.
I did not get to. Usually, if I get chatting with him, he usually tell me some story about someone in Olin or Tipton or Mechanicsville.
Some sort of apple butter.
Yep.
So back to the center we go. Minute 30 left here in the match. Tiernan Boots Lisbon, 2-0 lead. Teague Smith trying to come up to his feet, but Boots doing a great job, just breaking him right back down. Now he's got a little bit of a half, but he's really right behind. So not necessarily in a turn, but just a hard ride. They're going to go out of bounds again. Minute 17 left as we head back to the center. Again, 157 pounds. We got number 3, Tiernan Boots, leading number 2, Teague Smith, 2-0. Excuse me, 150 pounds. I think I said 57. But 150 pounds. There's the restart.
Tell you what, this next match coming up here on 157 pounds, Bowden White and Boston Peters, the freshman out of Westwood Sloan. This kid as a freshman, even kind of like, I've been saying how big and burly Bowden White is. This Boston Peters might be as big as him as a freshman.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit shorter, but he's put together.
So I got a funny feeling that them boys' necks are going to be hurting after some hand fights.
I do like the call, but there's a point. So a stalling call on Boots on top. So Smith, wait, they called it the other way?
Yeah,
no, they switched it.
Yeah.
They did put the score up wrong for a second. So Smith has come up to his feet quite a few times here in the third. Boots keeps riding, but eventually that's a stall call, right? So they get a stall call. There's 1 point for Teague Smith. Makes it 2-1. Now Smith back up with his feet. This time Boots is going to let him go. So that ties the match at 2-2. We've had a pair of escapes, a lot of stall calls. Been some pretty good action, but there's been a couple stall calls. So it's 2-2, 35 seconds left here in the third period. They're going to go out of bounds. Exactly 30 seconds left as they come to the center. Tied 2-2. We're in the Class 1A, 150-pound state semifinals. There's a little shot from Boots, but great head-hands defense out of Smith. Nothing happening there. Boots kind of pushing the pace just a little bit. A lot of hard snaps. Now he goes into an underhook down to the leg. Great job out of Smith, staying square. Boots kind of just trying to drive straight through him.
Tied up 2-2 here.
Not a whole lot going on there. You know, he's not creating any sort of angle. He's got an underhook, and he's just trying to shoot straight through Smith. Go out of bounds. 8 seconds left.
This might be our
another
first
straight-on shot. He is pushing the pace here, but again, just no angles, no real legit threats. So we're going to end that one. Regulation 2-2. Heading to overtime. We got 1 minute on our feet. Smith looking a little bit tired. Boots been pushing the pace here. Adam Hargrave on the whistle. We're underway in overtime. 1 minute.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at 190 pounds. Dax Youngblood, Jessup, Gabe Anderson, Hinton, Youngblood.
So again,
Jessup, Anderson,
Boots just kind of heavy on that head. There's a shot. Tries a high cross from a ways away. Smith reshot, but
Caden Baxter,
a lot of action here so far in overtime, but no nothing real threatening as they go out of bounds.
That was just a pace pusher, honestly.
Smith got to get up back to the center here. There he goes. So both these guys have given up a point for stalling. 36 seconds left. There's Smith in on a shot. Boots just kind of pulls him up out of her underhook on the right side there. There's Boots. That's a good attack. That's a real good attack. Single leg, cuts it. There it is.
Tiernan Boots.
Tiernan Boots gives Lisbon another state finalist. Great job. Real high pace out of Boots there the last 2 periods. Really pushed it. Took some straight on shots, but there at the end, he pops that arm out of that underhook, gets it on a great single leg, switches off, and finishes.
Hope Teague Smith, bounces back a little bit. I know that shoulder's beaten up.
Yeah, for sure. But
good for Tiernan Boots.
Yep, Tiernan Boots Lisbon heading to the finals tomorrow night at 150 pounds. He'll take on defending state champion Corbin Rice out of Logan Magnolia. We'll see here. Not sure if we're going to take a break at all in the semifinal match or not. All right. Worm's going to take a second here. I think we're going to get underway. Maybe in the semifinals. We're going to do a real quick on the outside. Over on mat 1, we are scoreless 0-0. Dex, Youngblood, Jessup, Gabe Anderson hitting. Over on mat 2, Kyle Kabashik out of Southwind with a 1-0 lead over Cody Cox of Lake Mills. Over on mat 5, still scoreless in the first period. Caden Baxter, AHSTW, taking on Gavin Muller out of Osage. And over on mat 6, it is a 4-3 lead in the second period. Noah Henderson of Sumner Fredericksburg leading Bodie Stanley out of I-35 Truro. So it looks like we're at about 175 pounds on those outside matches. Again, there's 4 matches going on the outside, Consolations. This is what we call the blood round in the wrestling world. What that means, you win, you're in the top 8, you make the podium tomorrow night. Lose, you're going home empty-handed. So a lot of big matches here. When those finish up, we'll roll right into another round of Consolations. There will be 2 matches at each weight. Out of the people who just wrestled that Consolation round, in that scenario, on that round, if you win, you're into the top 6 to face one of the guys who lost a semifinal. If you lose, you fall to the 7th and 8th place match. So these guys on the outside are not wrestling just once today. If they win, they're going to have to come back and wrestle again right away. Try to move they'll be on the podium. They're going to try to move a little bit higher.
All right. Here we go. Semifinals. Whistle getting blown.
So on mat 3, we're going to have that dynamite freshman, Boston Peters, comes in undefeated 39-0 out of Westwood Sloan. He's taking on a real experienced, tough junior out of Denver, 54-0, Bowden White out of Denver. Over on mat 4, we got 2 sophomores. Zane Molnix out of Pleasantville, 50-2, taking on Ethan Christopher out of Don Bosco.
Man. Can we just have an all-sophomore tournament at the end of the season?
Right.
Can IAwrestle just hold it? Just hold it.
This is another weight where we go 1, 2, 3, 4. White versus Peters. White's 1, Peters 3, Christopher 2, and Molnix is 4.
Say a sophomore, but Christopher's got a tat already.
Pretty good-sized tat there on the front.
I tell you what.
There, Christopher's in on a double leg, looking to the left.
Big
all
lift.
the way up in the air. Dumps Zane Molnix back on the mat. So that's a 3-0 lead, 1 minute in.
As I was just going to say, been really impressed with Zane Molnix this tournament. But Christopher just decided he wanted to show what a good deadlift can do.
Still scoreless over on mat 3, Bowden White, Boston Peters. Halfway through the first period. Little shot out of Peters, but nothing going there. They're getting real close to out of bounds. There they go out. 35 seconds left, still scoreless here in the first period. Christopher putting on a hard ride, down now on 4. He's got Molnix kind of flattened out. Got a tight waist, looking to go across far arm maybe. Now he chops this side, looking for a tilt. Ref, get down there. There's a little count. Count for Ethan Christopher. Now he reaches up in the head. He got a little, I'm not sure why he reached up like that.
Molnix gets the reversal, though, with 2.
So 3 near fall Christopher. to reversal right as the period ends. So Ethan Christopher of Don Bosco with a 5-2 lead over Zayden Molnix of Pleasantville as we head to the second period. Molnix's choice, he's going to defer. Christopher's going to choose bottom to start the second. In a little scramble over here on 3. Kind of head to feet for both guys. We're going to run out of time, though, I think. Great job out of Bowden White, but unable to finish. So we end the first period scoreless. Heading to the second. Number 1, Bowden White. Number 4, Boston Peters. Underway on second period on mat 4. Molnix trying to ride Christopher a little bit here. Looking for an arm lever. Now he goes to a leg, up to their feet. Christopher able to clear that leg out, square up. There's a 1-point escape. So Christopher Don Bosco now leads 6-2 early in the second period. Immediately back in on a single. Christopher to the feet. Cuts across, but look at Molnix. Molnix dumps his hips. Puts the left side of Christopher on the mat. Comes around. Almost looked like a standing switch type of situation, but not quite because they wasn't in danger there. But nice takedown out of Zane Molnix. Still trails Ethan Christopher 6-5. Oh! Whoa, you're missing it all down here, Worm. Now Christopher reversal to the back. So it's 8-5 Christopher. He's got Molnix in trouble right on the edge of the mat. Still a minute left here in the second.
There's the fall.
There's the fall. Molnix got a beautiful takedown, make it 6-5. Got just a little sloppy. Christopher reverses him to his back for the fall. Ethan Christopher, Don Bosco gets their 5th state finalist already. Belinsky, Schwab, Youngblood, Christopher, and you got Nat coming next.
Still 0-0 here at the end of the second. Boston Peters and Bowden White just scrapping right now.
I said 5, right? Yeah, 5 state finals for Bosco. Still got at least a couple more coming up. White and Peters go out of bounds. Minute 14 left here in the second. Still scoreless. White doing a good job riding Peters. Peters back up into a tripod position. Now up to his feet. White trips him back down.
I tell you what, man, I've been impressed with this Boston Peters. Bowden White's just right now just still kind of horsing him around on top. But Boston Peters, man, he's going to keep this thing interesting, keep it dicey.
These guys come in at a combined 93-0. Something's got to give. They went out of bounds, back to the center. Peters immediately fires back up to his feet. He keeps getting up to his feet, but Bowden White does a great job tripping him right back down. Now Peters kind of trying to step over, get into a little roll situation, but
as he's doing it, he's getting that half tighter.
Yep.
That's the kind of thing. If you have that claw right in, guy starts rolling with you, that kind of just gives you a little bit more of a grip there. Looks like down on 6. We got some celebration coming out of Nolan Henderson out of Sumner Fredericksburg. He got himself on the podium, taking out Bode Stanley of I-35 Chiro. They go out of bounds here. I don't really remember Boston Peters in AAU. I might.
Oh yeah, he was a state champ. He actually won. I believe he won my son's bracket when he was in 7th grade.
Jackson for score, Woodbury Central. Ewan Underwood.
Yeah, Boston Peters was always dynamite.
Now wrestling mat number 1 at 190. Now wrestling on mat number 6 at 190. Lincoln Blankenberg from Central Springs.
18 seconds left here. Bowden White just doing a dog-like job on top.
Bowden White gets the turn.
Did they wipe it off? No, the guy said 2.
Yep.
Man, right at the end of the second period, he gets a 2-0 lead.
Peters, we talked about it. Peters kept kind of rolling around, playing with fire a little bit. I know he's trying to make something happen, trying to get an escape, but he was doing a good job coming up to his feet. I think you got to keep going there, but
Now Bowden White gets choice. He's going to choose down here to start the third period at 157 pounds.
Here we go, underway in the third period. Bowden White right up to his feet, looking for hands, turns in, and there's a 1-point escape.
So now Boston Peters has to go out and get a takedown here. Plain and simple.
Takedown right out just to tie.
Yeah.
Over on mat 2, Ryan Wirtz of Emmetsburg. Takes a 3-1 lead into the third period.
Coming up at 165 pounds already on mat 4, we got Clay Wilgenbush of East Buck. He's gonna be taking on Jake McCargill. I'm telling you what, man, I'm feeling it. I'm gonna make a wild call here. I'm taking Wilgenbush over McCargill.
There you go. Shenandoah's got some horses here up top coming.
Oh, I see what you did there. Boss Peters staying in this fight, but Bowden White just staying in really good position. I tell you what, man, these Denver wrestlers, they're just, like you said, methodical. They stay, like, there's nothing too flashy about them. It's just very blue-collar wrestling.
Yep. Don Bosco creeping up on getting close to locking this tournament up here in Class 1A.
Southeast Polk already clinched it this morning.
Yeah, I think they're clinched, but they're only 4 points away from
the team
record. The points record in the all-time points record for the state tournament. Bosco currently sits at 161 points. Old Burnett at 115. So Bowden White drops in on a leg here, but they're going to go out of bounds. Peters circles as they go out. Bowden White, a junior, ranked number 1, 54-0. Boston Peters comes in as a freshman, 39-0, ranked 4th. We did have the top 4 guys in these semifinals.
Great fakes there by Boston Peters. Still staying in this fight here, even though 30 seconds. But at the same time, now it's time, okay, start getting on a bike on these fakes. They just called Boston Peters for stalling.
Trailing 3-0. He's got to get some offense going here. Instead, he gets called for stalling.
I don't even know if you'd call it stalling. I mean, he's working. I think it's just obviously Bowden White being the aggressor, pushing forward, kind of blocking out his return.
So it looks like his headgear fell off. So we're going to get a reset here. 17 seconds. Bowden White of Denver still leading Boston Peters of Westwood Sloan 3-0. White's got to get some shots up here. There's one. There's a stall call on Bowden White. White does a great job.
Re-attack there.
Moving the feet, re-attack, drives him out of bounds. No takedown. But they're going to go back to center. Only 6 seconds left. Yeah, there's caution on Peters. I love it. Peters got to do that. You got to try to guess the whistle, get in for shot. You get a couple warnings.
Going to slide by.
There he is. He's in on a shot. Oh, Bowden White. Oh. White does a great job going seep out, getting that whizzer in to stop that quick score.
I tell you what, though, if you're Bowden White, you better give that kid some respect, because that kid pushed the pace for over a predominantly dominant wrestler like Bowden White. Boston Peters, I got a funny feeling we're going to be hearing a lot about this kid in the future.
Yeah, absolutely. But here we go in our finals at 157 pounds tomorrow night. We're going to have number 1, Bowden White of Denver, and number 2, Ethan Christopher out of Don Bosco.
Whew. Next door neighbors, probably.
Yeah, pretty close.
Yeah. Probably work out at the same club in Cedar Falls.
Yep. That certain club, Immortal Athletics, got a lot of guys in this 1A state finals already.
Just like in 3A with Seabolt Wrestling Club or Wrestling Academy, they got a lot of guys in the finals.
So coming up here, we got 165 pounds. We are going to have number 1 all-world Kyler Knack out of Don Bosco. He'll be taking on number 4, Quinn McGeo out of MFL Marmac. And over on mat 4, we are going to have number 2 ranked Jacob McCargill taking on number 9, Clay Wilgenbush out of East Buchanan.
Kyler Knack in on the takedown right away. And he is
Semifinals, mat number 4 at 165.
Kyler Knack really burst on the scene 2 years ago, winning the Triple Crown, Folk Style Nationals, Freestyle Nationals, and Greco Nationals, and kind of has been lights out ever since.
Going to go international start here for Knack. He's going to let McGeo up to his feet, 3-1. Still scoreless over on mat 4, Wilgenbush and McCargill.
We're starting to get the big boys here out on the mats here in the blood round, so that means we're going to be hitting that Consolation round 3 or 4 or 5 or 6.
5,
Whatever,
I think, maybe, yeah.
whatever we're at here.
Number 5 at 285.
There's another takedown for Kyler Knack. He leads 6-1 now. McCargill in on a good shot.
Oh, McCargill.
Oh, he's got 3.
He's working a Turk.
Yeah, he's got a leg Turk. Got that bottom arm looking to take Wilgenbush over. Not quite getting a count yet.
You're right.
Oh, that's close.
There
There
are
you go.
a bunch of horses over there in
Yeah.
Shenandoah.
They got more coming. They got Dickerson still to come. They got some big dudes up in those upper weights.
Might have stood corrected now.
McCargill comes in 55-0 as a junior. Oh,
However,
Wilgenbush comes up,
yeah.
looks for a body lock.
Oh, and
Oh, McCargill, I'm not sure he had to do that, but McCargill tries a haymaker headlock, completely misses. There's a takedown for, did they just call it a reversal maybe?
reversal. Yeah, he didn't break the call. He didn't break it. So he
Didn't
went
break the
body
grip.
lock.
So 7-2 lead for Jacob McCargill as time winds down in the first. Over on mat 3, we are 24 seconds still in the first period, but number 1 Kyler Knack with a 6-1 lead over Quinn McGeo out of MFL Marmac. So it looks like Wilgenbush is going to go down to start the second period.
Now wrestling on mat number 5 at 285.
So first period's going to end on 3. Kyler Knack will take a 6-1 lead into the second. McCargill putting on a real tough ride early on in the
We got
second
some
over here on
shenanigans down
4.
here on 1.
Jackson for sure holds on, right? Yep.
Yep.
Jackson for sure. Woodbury Central, a sophomore.
Yeah, they were getting chippy down
Onto the
there.
ward stand.
Refs were shoving the wrestlers out of the way. Tell them to calm down.
McCargill got a great ride going on 4. He's got Wilgenbush completely flat, both boots in, working on the head, looking for a power half. And we're about a minute into the second there. There's an escape early on in the second for Kyler Knack to extend his lead to 7-1.
Wrestling mat number 1 at 215 pounds. Logan Lashbrook, James.
No,
James.
jeez. What a double leg there by Kyler Knack. Just drop,
Quick shot, quick finish.
run him right over.
So 10-1 now for Kyler Knack. Just over a minute left in the second. They're going to call a stalemate on 4 as McCargill was riding hard. So a little break for Clay Wilgenbush to come back to center. 7-2, 53 seconds left in the second period. Say McCargill got that leg back in already. Wilgenbush up in a tripod though. Now McCargill breaks him down. Both boots in. He's got Wilgenbush completely flattened out there. Lot of pressure forward on those shoulders.
Knack just folded McHugh up like a accordion. And get that cradle. I mean, literally just, you're straight out. No, I'm going to grab your leg. I'm going to grab your head. I'm going to put them together. He's got a lot of time here, too. He's got about 30 seconds. There's the fall. Kyler Knack.
So we said earlier, Southeast Polk had 7 in the finals, right?
Bosco has 7 in the finals.
Bosco's got 6 now. Still got 2:15 to come.
Oof. Bunch of dirty boys from Downey Bosco.
Right? We got Belinsky at 6. We got Hendrick Schwab. We got Hayden Schwab. We got Youngblood. We got Christopher. And now we got Kyler Knack. 6 state finalists for Don Bosco.
Well, now the question is, can one of these teams, if Bosco gets 7 in and Southeast Polk gets 7 in, who's going to be able to chase that Lewis Central team of 2001 with
6 champs.
6 champs? Because Wilgenbush, he goes ahead and it might be just a mat return, but he ran over McCargill.
McCargill's got that leg, looking to switch it over, but good job by Wilgenbush here.
He has bulldogged him right over. Looks like we got 113 pounds down on mat 5. Lucas Oldenkamp out of Lake Mills. He's taking on Jack Border Hinton.
So again, that next round there, another round of consolations to come. There's only 2 matches per weight. Those guys are all state medalists now. So win that match, you're into the top 6. You'll fight back against somebody who's dropping from the semifinals, lose that match on the outside in this round, and you're going to go for 7th and 8th tomorrow morning.
I tell you what, man. I mean, I do dig having Consi semis on Saturday morning. It used to be, they lose that Consi semi and then have to wrestle the Consi semi about 45 minutes later.
You got to award these guys for making the semis a little bit and let them have that time to process, get themselves back to normal. So I'm glad they do it tomorrow morning. Big dominant win down here on mat 2. Braxton Plants out of Montezuma, 16-2 winner. Montezuma's got a state place winner.
Runder, Quinn McHugh just got pinned by Kyler Knack. But pretty sure everyone's been getting beat by Kyler Knack like that.
I told Quinn Macau, my sister Rachel listening out there. Shout out, Rachel. Thanks for the correction. Macau played baseball with my nephew, Jake. There's a nice switch attempt for Wilgenbush. He doesn't get the switch, but McCargill lets him go for the 1-point escape, but that's still a 13-3 match. Now McCargill looking to go upper body throws. You're up 13-3. Don't get greedy too much here. He does get a lift in return, though. There's a takedown. 4 seconds left in that match, so it's going to be a major decision. 16-3. Number 2, Jacob McCargill, stays unbeaten, heading to the state finals. So at 165 pounds, we're going to have number 1, Kyler Knack out of Don Bosco, taking on number 2, Jacob McCargill out of Shenandoah. Going to be some power in that match.
Whew. 2 bulls in a china shop.
So it looks like we're going to get just a little bit of break in the action in the semifinals here, I believe, before we start 175. So quickly on the outside, most of these are still the big guys. So that's still blood round on mat 1. That's Logan Lashbrook, Janesville, with a 3-0 lead over Hendrik Porad out of Manson, Northwest Webster. Mat 2 at heavyweight blood round. We're scoreless in the first period. Grant Gray, Northeast Community, taking on Brendan Bollinger at North Union. And down there on mat 6, we have some big boys in the blood round as well. Carson Edney, Logan Magnolia, Egan Fleshman out of Alburnett, tied 4-4 as we start the third at 215 pounds. But over on mat 5, we are into that next round of Consolations. I believe it's Consolation round 5. And Lucas Oldcamp, the number 2 seed of Lake Mills, is just about to put away Jack Border. It's either going to be a fall or a tech. He's got 4 swipes, but looking for that fall. That's only in the second period. So Oldenkamp's going to move into the top 6. Jack Border will be wrestling for 7th and 8th tomorrow morning.
Now introducing your semifinalists on mat number 3 at 175 pounds.
So we're going to move on to 175 here in the semifinals. Another weight that went all chalk, 1, 2, 3, 4. So 175, we've got number 1, Shaden Washburn will be taking on number 4, Keenan Decker out of Wapsie Valley. And over on mat 4, we have got number 2, Creighton Kelly, West Hancock Britt, taking on number 3, Justin Wirtz out of Emmitsburg.
Wow, Decker with big outside shot, but connects. Washburn doing a good job with the wizard, but Decker bringing it up, readjusts, comes
Switches
up.
to a double.
I thought Washburn was going to hit that.
Oh, great scramble here.
Only got a double out of that home run. Decker, though, follows through, stays consistent on that
leaves
double.
an ankle there. Washburn still trying to fight, but there's the 3-point takedown for Decker.
Washburn looking to rip that knee off.
Yeah, watch that over there.
Wow, he's pulling that knee right up into it, getting himself an angle here.
Here, now he lets go of it. So 3-0 lead for number 4, Keenan Decker. There's an escape, so 3-1 now. Over on mat 4, number 2, Creighton Kelly with a takedown. He's got a 3-0 lead over Justin Wirtz of Emmitsburg.
Down on 2, Grant Cray out of the Goose.
Over on mat 6, freshman at 215, Egan Fleshman of Alburnett is a state place winner.
We got the Goose has a state placer too.
Nice, Northeast Community, Northeast Goose Lake.
Big shot here on 4.
Yeah, Wirtz was able to get an escape, make it 3-1. Oh, Wirtz gets on in a great shot. The powerful Creighton Kelly just kind of peels him off, takes him over.
Gets a 2 and 4.
Oh, man.
For his effort.
Oh, 2 and 3.
2 and
or
3.
3 and 3. Not a 2. 3 and 3, right? 3-point takedown, so.
Wait, what's pi again? 3.14?
Yeah. So 9-1 lead now for number 2 Creighton Kelly over number 3 Justin Wirtz. Over on 3 at the end of the first period, number 4 Kanan Decker of Wapsie Valley with a 3-1 lead over number 1 Shaden Washburn of Alburnett. There's another escape for Wirtz over on 4, so we're 9-2 already here in the first period.
Connor Morrow, Akron Westfield, Webker South.
One of the last heavyweight blood round matches are up on mat 1. Meanwhile, down here on 6, Carver Hines getting to work.
We're getting closer and closer to that Don Bosco clinch. Looks like they now have 187 pounds. And right now, Alburnett's max with bonus points would only be 209. So we're closing in. Don Bosco looking to try to put this away this round. We'll see if they can quite get it done.
I personally think at this point, too, we're going to have to get to a point where the winners of Bosco and Southeast Polk, like, we're just going to have a duel. End of the season, I know. We'll do a catch weight.
Oh, man, Decker
sitting through him.
almost looking for another takedown here. Washburn holding on, but Decker catches it. Oh, he might get. He's going to get some near fall. He gets into a headlock position. Caden Decker, 7-1 lead. He's got Washburn in a lot of trouble. Still a minute left here in the second.
Wapsie Valley's in front of us. They are Bowman right now. That thing's tight.
That
There's
is
plenty
tight.
of time.
Decker looking for fall.
There's a fall.
There it is.
Big fall for Kanan Decker.
Number 4, Kanan Decker gives Wapsie Valley a state finalist with a fall over number 1, Shaden Washburn of Alburnett.
What a crowd there. Wapsie Valley traveled in a pack today.
Jesse Burton.
Great match out of Kanan Decker.
Samo, Waco Whalen. Burton, Westwood Sloan, Samo.
Over on 4, big lead there for Creighton Kelly out of Britt West Hancock as well. Currently leading 10-2 halfway through the second period. Number 2, Creighton Kelly over Justin Wirtz out of Emmitsburg, number 3. Over on 5, number 1 seed Nick Brazy defeats Atlee DeWitt out of Alburnett. So DeWitt, great wrestler, going to be going for 7th and 8th at 113 pounds.
Man.
Losses to Hendrick Schwab and the number 1 seed Braze.
Oof. Rough week.
Riverside, Oakland. Bronson, West Lyon, Brahman,
Over on
Riverside,
1, we
Oakland.
got Jesse Burton of Westwood Sloan taking on Gage Samo of Waco Whalen.
I'm told now 1.5 points away from Don Bosco clinching this team title.
1.5. And they
That was a big hit for Alburnett, losing Washburn and losing over on 5 there.
And they still got Kyler Knack.
Still got Kyler Knack in the semis here.
Phew.
Great ride by Creighton Kelly. Rides out the whole second period there. He takes a 13-2 lead into the third period over number 3 Wirtz.
You know what the craziest thing is? So 1A and 2A, or 1A and 3A, essentially almost all clinched up.
Yep.
Meanwhile, 2A is just an absolute free-for-all still. Aville's kind of pulling away a little bit, but realistic.
No, I don't know if I'd quite say that, but.
I just missed all the 2A ranking.
Yeah, I wish I could. Here we go. I'm going to get the 2A team scores, maybe. My computer will work properly here. So right now, there's not a whole lot separating. They're only a half a point ahead.
Okay, never mind. I'm wrong.
We got 2A. We got Eddyville, Blakesburg, Fremont at 68. Davenport Assumption, half a point behind at 67.5. Third place, West Burlington, Notre Dame, 55. We're all the way down to number 6, Mount Vernon at 52. So there is a lot of teams left fighting there. So you know what I mean? Even number 12, Atlantic's at 43. So I mean, there's a lot
You
of
get a big
teams in
semi.
Class
I was
2A
like,
fighting
okay,
here.
so you get a big semifinal run out of some of these teams. That's what we were talking about the entire tournament. We kind of knew how 1A and 3A were going to pan out, but we were talking the entire week. The 2A team race is going to be an absolute slugfest.
Yeah. Eddyville and Assumption a little bit ahead of the pack, but not enough to be real comfortable yet.
Assumption, though, like the team that I really didn't see on my radar. I mean, you should always assume Assumption's in the hunt, but
Scary thing about Assumption is they're still pretty young. They're going to lose, Wild and Diaz and a couple guys, but they got a lot of freshmen and sophomores there.
and I bet they could probably find one or two in the portal at some point.
Hey, now.
Hey,
Wirtz goes headlock, but Creighton Kelly drops his hips, rolls through it, comes out on top. Another takedown. Creighton Kelly now leads 17-6 late in the third.
come on, man, it's fair game, fair enterprise. Over on, so coming up here on 3, we're going to have Loudon Hazinga of Waco. He's going to take on Jaden Dickerson of Shenandoah. These are going to be two strong dudes who can scrap.
So there, we're going to go final on 4. Number 2, Creighton Kelly. Britt West Hancock wins 17-6. Dominant performance out of Kelly. So our finals are set, 175 pounds, Class 1A. Number 2, Creighton Kelly. Britt West Hancock set to face number 4 ranked Kanan Decker out of Wapsie Valley Fairbanks. We did finish up the blood round there on the outside, so we're back to all these little guys. Again, everybody wrestling now from here on out in Class 1A are all place winners. Everybody's on the podium. We do still have some consolation matches going on the outside. Mat 1 currently, we've got Gage Samo out of Waco Wayland with a 1-0 lead over Jesse Burton, Westwood Sloan. Mat 2, 106 pounds. Oh, big reversal there. We had a lead for Morrow, but now he's in a lot of trouble, but they run out of time. But after the second period, after a huge move, Carson Webker out of South Central Calhoun now leads 9-4 over Connor Morrow of Akron Westfield. Down on Mat 5, 1-0 lead, Davis Brahman of Riverside Oakland leading Ryan Bonson out of West Line in the second period. And down on 6 at 106 pounds in third period, number 2 seed Crosby Yoder of Logan Magnolia with an 8-6 lead over Carver Hines out of Jessup.
I tell you what, man, if you're Drew Lansing right now, I know I'm probably fully aware that he doesn't really know the team race. At least I wouldn't be telling him that quite yet. But if he had any inkling like his win could go out and put this thing away for Bosco, that's got to hype you up a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like be that dog that puts the nail in the coffin.
Bosco already was 6 in the finals. Got Lansing here. Still got Salas next. A lot of points still to be had.
But also Gatlin Rogers has had a great tournament so far.
Yeah, we've seen a few Wilton guys in the semis already. They've already got 2 finalists, Etzel and Adelfinger. Shirk lost his semifinal, but Gatlin Rogers looking to make a third for Wilton.
Carson Wibker is currently up 9-4 on Mat 3. Started second period. But meanwhile,
over on 6, Carver Hinson on a shot, trailing 8-7, I believe. So here we go. We're underway at 190 pounds, though. Back to some semifinal action. We have got number 1, Loudon Huizenga out of Waco Wayland, taking on number 3 ranked Jaden Dickerson out of Shenandoah. And over on Mat 4, number 2 ranked Drew Lansing, Don Bosco, taking on number 5, Gatlin Rogers out of Wilton.
I was to say Lansing almost found himself on top with a fall attempt here, but comes up just a little.
Oh, Dickerson was in on a leg on Huizenga, but Huizenga able to turn and kick out. So both matches still scoreless. Now we got a leg here. Lansing in on a single leg. Rogers pulls him up, but still kind of in a seatbelt position.
Carver Hines.
Late comeback.
11-8.
Knocks off number 2, Crosby Yoder of Logan Magnolia.
Whew.
So Hines into the top 6. Yoder's going to go for 7th and 8th. Logan Magnolia fired up about some call down there. Still scoreless in both of our semifinal matches here at 190. Quite a bit of action, but a lot of just rolling around. Nothing happening yet. We are at almost exactly the same time here. About 45 seconds left in the first period in both of those matches. Huizenga and Dickerson, a combined 96-0 coming in. There's a shot out of Drew Lansing. Oh, excuse me, that was a shot out of Gatlin Rogers of Wilton. But square up, nothing happening there.
Still scoreless on 3 here as we wind down here in the last 15 seconds on Matt.
Another
3.
shot from Rogers. Lansing does a good job of a re-attack, getting to a single leg, but Rogers able to dump him down, puts him on his hip, coming around, hooks the leg. There's a 3-point takedown. Gatlin Rogers.
Huizenga just doing a really good job. Every time that Dickerson takes a shot, he brings him up and just gets right in that over-under position.
Yep, so they go scoreless through the first period. So we're in between periods in both matches here. We'll be heading to the second.
Carson Webker out of South Central Calhoun, he takes out Connor Morrow.
So we're going to have Morrow and Yoder going for 7th and 8th. I believe they might have came in, what, 2nd and 3rd or 2nd and 4th?
2-4 seed.
So back underway on mat 3, still scoreless. Huizenga chooses bottom to start the second. Gatlin Rogers of Wilton leading 3-0 over Drew Lansing to Don Bosco on 4. Rogers goes bottom and gets a pretty quick escape there to extend his lead to 4-0.
Finishing off that match here on 5, it looks like Ryan Banshin of West Line, he wins 4-1. They move on there.
There's a 1-point escape for Huizenga, so he comes out to a 1-0 lead here in the second period.
Ooh, Gatlin Rogers finds the hip and finds a near fall.
He has got Lansing in a lot of trouble getting some near fall.
I don't know if I wanted to step over like that. I would have tried going towards the head, but
either way, there's 4 near fall. Gatlin Rogers out to a huge 11-0 lead here in the second.
He clearly got the memo to stop the bleeding a little bit.
Rogers does come in with 5 losses. I know 1 or 2 of those were up a weight. He kind of went wherever the team needed him here this year.
Wow, Huizenga. It looked like Dickerson was trying to push on a takedown, and Huizenga just drops to his butt, turns into kind of a switch, and finds the hips and gets the takedown here. He's going to go up 4-0 with about 30 seconds left in the second. I tell you what, this Huizenga is an athlete.
Yeah.
I would assume he's just a stud on the football field.
I believe so. I know Waco had a pretty good football team again this year, as they usually do. Oh, locked hands call on Huizenga.
He's had a couple of those this tournament.
Yeah. It was kind of one of those situations where they were up on their feet, kind of dropped back down, came back up. They're going to say as they dropped down that he still had his hands locked. Waco coaches arguing a little bit, but nothing's going to change there. So 4-1 lead for Huizenga now. Only 10 seconds left. This will be a big ride for Huizenga if he can keep him down here. Rogers still riding tough, rides out the second period. So he's going to take an 11-0 lead into the third. Looks over to Ortner. Ortner talks about going top, and he's going to tell him to go neutral here.
Big fall there over Lawton Bronson.
Yeah, Riley Watts, the freshman, came in undefeated.
Yep.
Didn't get what he wanted, but he's battling back through the backside here. He's into the top 6 now.
Tell you what, man, good win there.
So back underway in the semifinals. Start of the third, Dickerson chose bottom, gets a quick escape to make it 4-2 now. Still trailing Huizenga 4-2.
Just still a takedown away. Takedown away is a go-ahead here with about 1:45 left here at 190 pounds.
Now wrestling mat number 2 at 130.
Lansing's going to have to get something going there in 4. Still trailing Gatlin Rogers 11-0 here in the third period at 190 pounds.
New London, now wrestling mat number 2 at 138.
Rogers' older sister Hannah was a state champion wrestler. Rogers looking to punch his first ticket to the state finals as well. Only a junior. Other 3 out here are seniors. There's a shot out of Lansing.
Stalling on Huizenga.
Kind of out to the side, though. Rogers cutting the corner, looking to come around again. He's going to break that grip. Needs the leg over. Lansing able to grab that leg again. So they are in a little scramble down here on 4. Now Rogers looking for a cradle. Rogers comes around, goes inside cradle, so Lansing just gives it up. Instead of giving up near fall, he's just going to give up a takedown. But that makes the lead 14-0.
Man, Gatlin Rogers.
Wow, he came to wrestle tonight. He's got a leg turk coming here. Now gets far arm. Looked like he wanted to go butcher, but Lansing does a good job reaching over. So are they seriously going to give a 1 point? They just, oh my God, I don't know if the ref knew the situation. He gives a stalling call. That's 1 point to end the match. So it's a 15-0 tech fall for Gatlin Rogers. There was 10 seconds left in the match, and he gives that. Either way, just a dominating performance out of Gatlin Rogers. Out of Wilton, head into the state finals, 15-0. I see Mama Emily over there going crazy in the crowd. 4-3 match over here. 8 seconds left. Huizenga still leading.
Good for Gatlin Rogers, man. That dude can frickin' wrestle.
Dickerson's trying. He takes 3-4 shots here, but really no real threat. So Loudon, Huizenga, Waco Wayland hangs on. So, tell the coaches, settle down. One more.
Calm down.
Now one more. So there we go. At 190 pounds in the state finals, we will have number 1 Loudon Huizenga Waco Wayland taking on number 5 ranked Gatlin Rogers out of Wilton. A couple of Eastern Iowa boys facing off tomorrow night.
All right. You know, during 3A, we were kind of ahead on the blood round side, but now in 1A, we're getting ahead of ourselves with the semifinals. We're getting at 215 here. Meanwhile, we're still down like the 132s, 120s.
Yeah, TV breaks though. There's only 2 matches per weight on the outside. This could catch up.
Okay.
I mean, we're maybe a little ahead, but I believe we're going to catch up pretty quick. A little stretch. It's been quite a 3 days here, Worm.
Oh yeah, dude. But tell you what, I mean, for some reason today, I woke up like feeling like almost rejuvenated a little bit. Like, might just be insanity. I haven't checked yet, but it's like where I woke up feeling like today's gonna be a fun day. We're gonna see a lot of good wrestling.
Yeah.
We get to focus a little bit more on these matches, kind of like, you know, what we got brought up here to do. You know, we kind of talked about it, you know, this week in passing. Outside of it's like during those first couple rounds, those eight matches, we're basically just keeping updates going.
Yeah.
At least in the semifinals, we can kind of lock in on separate matches.
Yeah, and do a little more actual commentary, more hold to hold.
Yeah.
So here we go. We're underway at 215. Another weight, win chalk, 1 through 4. We've got number 1 defending state champion Ashton Honnold out of Nottoway Valley taking on number 4 Carter Wright, Woodbury Central, just a sophomore. On mat 4, we have got number 2 Nathan Beats out of Maquoketa Valley taking on Kyler Salas, number 3 out of Don Bosco, also just a sophomore.
Beats only a sophomore?
No. Salas and Wright, both sophomores here. Beats a senior, Honnold a junior.
I'm kind of okay with those Mac Valley singlets, though. Those are sharp.
There's a takedown for Beats over there on 4.
Honnold's trying to go neck wrench here, but...
Oh, man, that's really close to takedown. Carter Wright.
Carter Wright gets the takedown.
So Honnold tries to go big move, but Carter Wright comes right through him.
Getting a little greedy there.
3-point takedown.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but if it ends up being Beats and Honnold, it's a rematch from state finals last year, right?
I believe so, yeah. So a little blood time for Honnold.
Tell you what, though, I mean, he was trying to get greedy there, but Wright did a really good job sinking his hips, kind of staying in position. And he comes out with that go-ahead takedown here in the first minute here in the first period.
Yeah, Wright only a sophomore, but he's no stranger to this arena either. He was an AAU state champion coming up. So over on mat 4, Nathan Beats, Maquoketa Valley still leads 3-0 over Kyler Salas. 38 seconds left here in the first period. Salas tries a roll. Now he's going to maybe sneak out the back door. Beats doing a good job. Oh, he goes
backside. That was slick.
Throws that back end into there to grab you. They're not going to give him any points though.
But Beats is a really good man.
I don't know. There might have been 2 there, but either way, it would have been 2 back. So, 2 reversal back to Beats. So no big deal.
That's just good wrestling. Both those guys are staying in there.
So it's still 3-0 for Nathan Beats.
Beats got the farmers. He's got the wrist too.
Not a lot of time left, though. 2-1 as he takes him over. No time. No near falls. He runs out of time. So 3-0 lead for Nathan Beats Maquoketa Valley as we head to the second period.
Beats just a big old strong boy.
Yeah, over on 3. Look at Carter Wright. Carter Wright's putting a ride on Honnold now. Still 3-0. Only 10 seconds left in the first. Getting Honnold 50-0, defending state champion.
He's getting wrestled right now.
Wrestling on mat number 5 at 144.
3-0 lead for Wright as we head to the second period.
Caleb Swithing, Rettinger, Terrell, Ruthven, Ayrshire.
Bites.
Wood.
He's going. Oh wow!
Rettinger,
That
Terrell,
was.
Ruthven, Ayrshire.
That's something you show your JV wrestlers, but he decided to do it. But meanwhile, Salas, he's sitting through.
Salas catches him in a headlock here. There's a reversal. 2 reversals, Salas. Did he get any near fall?
Yeah, two
back.
backs. So Beats had the leg up high. I don't know if you saw this. You might have been looking somewhere else, but he had the leg up high and comes up and snatches the head and sits it down. But
So 2 reversal Salas, 2 near fall Salas, and then 2 reversal Beats. So we're about halfway through the second period. Number 2 Nathan Beats Maquoketa Valley leads 5-4 over number 3 Kyler Salas out of Don Bosco.
and he's going right back to that farmer.
Yeah, he is. Over there on mat 2, Carter Wright takes bottom in the second. Now Honnold putting on a ride, but Wright leads 3-0. Look at Coach Brad Honnold over there in the corner with the bright purple jacket, going flashy.
I tell you what, Beats has got some strength, but it seems like Salas.
There's Salas able to come up to his feet, though, get the 1-point escape, ties it up 5-5.
I was just going to say, Beats has the strength, but it looks like Salas just has more of the technique. Like, he knows how to roll through these positions. Problem is, though, Beats has some technique to him, so. Wow.
Carter Wright comes up to his feet for a 1-point escape, but he immediately turns back in, shoots at the legs, but they go out of bounds. But Carter Wright extends his lead over number 1 Honnold to 4-0.
He's starting to.
Over on mat 4, there's another takedown for Beats. So Nathan Beats back out in the lead, 8-5 as the second period winds down.
He's going right back to that wrist. Got a half there on the outside.
Yep, so Beats is going to ride out the end of the second period there. That's a big momentum change there, too, to not give up one. So now 8-5 lead as we head to the third period.
Honnold looking for
Honnold's got to push the pace a little bit here. He's down 4-0, 30 seconds left in the second. He can't take any dump shots, but there's Honnold into a snap down into front headlock. Carter Wright circles, squares up. They're going to go out of bounds.
Big slam there on 2. Both seem to be all right, though.
So underway in the third period on 4. Nathan Beats out of Maquoketa Valley, now leading Kyler Salas of Don Bosco 8-5 as we start the third period.
Oh, Salas looking to sit back, but Beats doing a really good job there.
So the second period ends there on mat 3. The young Carter Wright still got a 4-0 lead over defending champ Ashton Honnold.
Salas looking for cradle. Not really going to find it, I don't think.
Beats up to his feet, 1-point escape. Extends lead to 9-5 here in the third period. Honnold takes down in the third, up to his feet. Carter Wright drops all the way to an ankle. Honnold still standing, so they're going to call stalling. Great job out of Honnold there. So just a warning, but that's still a big warning when you're down 4. Still a minute 49 left in that match. Nottoway Valley wanted a caution, false start there, but they don't get it. Honnold right back up to his feet. Wright trying to ride, but he's going to have to let him go before he's called for stalling. There's a 1-point escape.
Beats
So
the
4-1
cradle.
now.
Beats with the cradle.
Oh, he's got Salas in a lot of trouble. He might have missed a fall on the wrong side
but
there.
he's going to take his time. He's going to sit through there. Salas, though, trying to
Oh, look at Kyler Salas come through that.
Man, I give Salas credit, man. This kid can freaking still roll. Still up 4-1.
Honnold now. Honnold starting to push the pace, working underhooks.
He understands he's in a little bit. Here's the thing, though.
Right backing out of bounds here. He's got to keep wrestling. He's already been dinged once. There it is again. So there's another point for Ashton Honnold. That makes it 4-2 now. Wright's got to keep wrestling. Honnold really starting to pick up his pace here in the third. Still a minute left. You can see Wright walking pretty slowly back to the center. Honnold's just getting going. He's got a gas tank. This kid works as hard as anybody out there. Beats putting on a great ride over there. He's just kind of busted that one open, 16-5. There's the final. Nathan Beats, number 2 out of Maquoketa Valley, heading to the state finals at 2:15. Ashton Honnold working that underhook again, but he's got to get to the legs. Drives him out of bounds.
His dad won that stall call.
Yep, 39 seconds left now. Carter Wright of Woodbury Central still leading 4-2.
You need to move forward. Get back to your feet.
Shot out of Wright, but a bad shot. So now Honnold in on a leg, looking to dump him down. There's a 3-point takedown for Ashton Honnold. Leads 5-4.
You didn't need to take that shot.
Nope.
You just needed to stay busy.
Yeah,
you needed a hand fight up top.
to do something to stop a stall call maybe, but even a stall call would have been 1 point. Still would have had a lead. He was up 2. Now Honnold with double arm bars behind him. I don't even run it. 12 seconds left.
Oh, I think
you're just wasting time up here at this point. No, he wants it. You got to be careful getting greedy, but Honnold's going to take him over. There's the near fall.
Tell you what, though, your hat's off to Carter Wright.
Oh, I don't know if he actually got near fall as time ran out. But either way, Ashton Honnold with a big comeback for Nottoway Valley. Defending champ pulls off the rally, the comeback to win 5-4. So we will have number 1 versus number 2 state finals rematch at 250 pounds. Number 1, Ashton Honnold, Nottoway Valley. Number 2, Nathan Beats out of Maquoketa Valley.
Tell you what, man. I mean, I think Carter Wright earned Honnold's respect as they're walking off the mat. He even gave him another high five there, like, hey, that was a good scrap, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Classy kid, Ashton Honnold as well, all the time. But yeah, great acknowledgement there. He knows he got a fight there out of the young sophomore Carter Wright. But hey, the name of the game here isn't how much you win by, it's just win. Survive and advance. Ashton Honnold's heading back to the state finals.
They never ask how much, they ask how.
Over on 6, Gabe Brisker gives up a late takedown again, I believe. So Gavin Wigg, Woodbury Central with a 9-7 win over Brisker. Been a tough tournament for Brisker. He's going to the 7th place match for Wilton. So we got a little break before the heavyweight action. Over on mat 1, Chance Hoyt of Iowa Valley with a 5-0 lead over Preston Hunter of Dyersville Beckman. And now Hoyt looking for some near fall, looking for a pin here. Preston Hunter in some trouble down there on 1. There it is. There's the fall. The sophomore, Chance Hoyt out of Iowa Valley into the top 6. Hunter will go for 7th and 8th tomorrow. Some other pretty good scores here on mat 2. Alex Tiedemann, Northwood Kinset in the first period with a 7-0 lead over Jackson Conkle out of Hinton. And over on mat 5, Caleb Swedeen. We've seen this could put up 1,000,000 points this weekend. He's leading 16-6 over Tully Wood. Over on 6, just first period early, but Reese Klosterman of Alburnett with a 3-0 lead over Dawson Byer of Sibley Ocheyedan.
Now introducing your
So here we go. We're starting to introduce the heavyweights here. 285 pounds, Class 1A. We're going to have number 1 ranked Trenton Warner, Nottoway Valley, taking on number 2 ranked, but 4 seed Tyler Sulzberger out of Westwood Sloan. Over on mat 4, we are going to have number 3 ranked Wyatt Hanna out of Lake Mills, taking on the 6th seed, the mullet man himself, Henry Lund, AHSTW of Voca.
Now wrestling on mat number 1 at 165.
So 1 versus 2 in the semis over here on 3.
West Winneshiek. Gates.
Over on 5, we have that RBC rematch from the first round. Will Aitchison of Regina taking on Jack Highland of Bellevue. Over on 6, Reese Kolsterman. He's got a good job here leading 3-0.
Will Atchison, Iowa City, Regina.
Warner was digging some underhooks as headgear falls off. They're going to go out of bounds. Still scoreless in both of our semifinal matches here at heavyweight. Looks like we're into some 165-pounders here on the consolation round. So 2 match at 157, 2 at 165, it looks like.
Just saw a really nice slide by Cooper Gates. Didn't get it, but it was slick.
So still scoreless just about halfway through on both of our semifinal heavyweight matches here. Trenton Warner kind of pushing the pace a little bit, not taking a lot of shots. You don't see a lot of shots at at heavyweight here, other than leg snatches, a lot of snaps, things like that. But, you know, really working the head, digging some underhooks, kind of pushing that pace. A little bit of slapping going on now in 3. They're getting a little bit physical here. Number 1, Warner. Number 2, Sulzberger. Again, Sulzberger did come in the 5 seed, but we're using our rankings here. IAwrestle had Sulzberger ranked number 2. There's a nice leg snatch out of Warner, but they're going to go out of bounds. 28 seconds left.
Warner, the senior out of Nottoway Valley, correct?
Yeah, Warner's a senior. Actually, I believe all 4. Yep, all 4 of these guys are seniors. Warner's one of those guys that's just gotten better and better and better. But when you've got defending champion Ashton Honold in the room at the weight below you,
Yeah.
you're willing to work.
Reese Goldschman with the fall for El Burnett. No, it might be too little too late, but hey, at least solidify yourselves in the second place trophy then.
Yep, so Bosco lost those last 2 semifinals, so I don't think they've quite wrapped it up yet, but Bosco still, I believe, had 6 guys punch their ticket to tomorrow night's state finals. So they're real close to wrapping up the team race.
Big left.
Oh, Wyatt Hanna, Lake Mills. He gets an escape early in the second, immediately backing on a leg. 4-0 lead now for number 3 ranked Wyatt Hanna of Lake Mills. Now looking to put London in a little bit of danger, but London able to fight out of that. Scoreless after the first period on 3. Warner takes bottom. He's up to his feet. Sulzberger trying to trip him down, but not working here. Now he drops to a leg. Warner doing a good job staying up, but he's able to put that leg down, clear out for the 1-point escape. Number 1, Trenton Warner, Nottoway Valley now leads 1-0.
Down on 6. Looks like Noah Henderson of Sumner Fredericksburg. He's looking for the fall here.
Oh, on mat 4 in the semifinals, Wyatt Hanna looking for a fall.
There's the fall.
There it is. Number 3, Wyatt Hanna. Lake Mills. They got their second state finalist. Brandenburg earlier. Now, here you go. Number 3, Wyatt Hanna.
Good win there for Lake Mill Bulldog. Tell you what, man. You coach some big dudes. When they come at you ready to slap your hand, you're like, I'm gonna
little hesitation.
I'm gonna drop it down to soften the blow.
Over on 2, Alex Tiedemann, Northwood Kinsett picks up a 9-3 win. So we are our last semifinal match. We do have number 1 versus number 2 here at 285 pounds. We are 40 seconds left in the second period. Number 1, Trenton Warner, Nottoway Valley with a 1-0 lead over Tyler Sulzberger out of Westwood Sloan.
This one's kind of I was kind of thinking that Warner be pushing the pace a little bit more, getting to leg attacks like it was in the first goal. But also, I mean, Sulzberger is no pushover, man. I mean, he's a big dude.
Yeah, these are a couple pretty big guys.
Number 2, 190. Now wrestling on mat number 4, consolation round at 215. Camden Crackley of Durant, Braxton Plants.
So now they're going to move. It looks like they're going to move some of these backside matches on a mat 4 now that heavyweight's clogged up.
Oh, are they really?
Yep. They're looking at the time, man. They're like, hey, if we can get
get out of here pretty early, we might get a pretty good, nicer break today. So we're going to head to the third period. Sulzberger's going to go neutral, trailing 1-0. So interesting choice there, but whether he's not great on the bottom, whether they think Warner's too tough, but we're going to settle this one on the feet. Number 1, Trenton Warner, Nottoway Valley with a 1-0 lead over number 2, Tyler Sulzberger out of Westwood Sloan.
down on 5 in this RVC rematch, all tied up going in the third period between Jake Highland and Will Aitchison of Iowa City Regina. Down on 6, Noah Henderson had that lat drop locked up, but ran out of time. Now he's still in a 7-1 scrap here to start the second period. I see Coach Eddie Smith up there yelling at Highland.
That one's over. So still 1-0 there on mat 3. 1 minute left in the match. Sulzberger's got to get something going here. He's trailing Trenton Warner 1-0.
Highland doing a good job stuffing the hips. He's up 4-3 here, minute 12. They're calling stalemate down here. Meanwhile, over on one, still 1-0 in favor of Warner. We're kind of getting to see a Saturday night final on mat 3. Kind of spoiled here.
Oh, they're going to call stalling there on Trenton Warner.
Oh, wow.
Just a warning, only 22 seconds left. Sulzberger's got to get something going here. I don't think he's going to get another stall warning without any shots. Just a lot of pushing and shoving going on so far. So 9 seconds, winding down. There's an attempt from Salzburg. He tries a desperation throw. Had to try something, but nothing going. There's the takedown. Trenton Warner finishes him off. He's heading to the state finals, folks. Nottoway Valley's got 2 state finalists. Number 1, Trenton Warner will be taking on number 3, Wyatt Hanna out of Lake Mills in the 285-pound finals.
All right. Lars, I don't know if, are you going to be back tomorrow morning or are you going to be in the finals? What's the story? I don't know.
I'm assuming maybe I'll be back in the morning. Other than that, I am not real sure, but I'm going to try to be down on the mat. Class 2A is my jam. I'm a 2A ranker, have been for a long time. Got a lot of people down there, so I'm going to be on the floor for Class 2A tonight, but I'll probably be back up here in the morning.
All right, sounds good, brother. It's been so much fun working with you this last couple days.
Absolutely.
Here we go. We're finishing off here since the semis are wrapping up here. We are going to go off for a little bit. We'll be back tonight, 6 p.m., Class 2A semifinals. For Lars Underbach, this is Worm Buffelli. We got our one. We are out.